Welcome everybody to another BDA Boxing podcast, brought to you from the true North, Canada. This is your host, Mr. BDA, and alongside with me, as always, my co-host, King Bucho. King, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Sensational. Let's get this out of the way, guys. If you want to join us, you know the drill. Send us an instant message with the email address on the top of your screen, boxingdebate@hotmail.com. That's boxingdebate@hotmail.com. Don't forget, this podcast is available on Spreaker. So if you're listening on Spreaker, it might be an edited version. So if you want to hear the full unedited version, head on over to youtube.com/BDA Boxing. That's youtube.com/BDA Boxing. I don't know what we're going to start off with first here, but don't forget to check out our Patreon page, and don't forget to leave small tips so that we can start this call-in show that we want to get off the ground, where we can get calls during the wee hours of the night from truckers, taxi drivers, night walkers, whatever you want to call them. Anybody that stays up at night, we want to hear from these people. So thanks again, everybody, for joining us. Let's give a shout out to everybody that's in the chat from so far. Fight Fan Phil, Overhand, MC Bot, Catchnello, Give Me My Fight, Akuma's Deception, Tom Kerr, Aiden Morrison, Recognize the Matrix. Shout out to Recognize. All right, so Bucho, people are talking about Tyson Fury. Were you really that interested in watching this fight? It was a comeback fight. It was a tune-up fight to get off the rust. What did you think?
I think I watched the fight, to be honest.
You didn't watch the fight? Well, there you go. I mean, look, it seemed it was a classic.
I'll watch it later. I'm like, what happened? Like
it was a tune-up fight. It was a tune-up fight, classic tune-up fight to get the rust off. He just, there was a fight at some point in the crowd, and Tyson Fury was actually looking at the fight that was going on in the crowd. It seems like he was more interested in that than in actually fighting his opponent, whose name I already forgot. I wasn't interested in this fight at all. Let's give some respect to his opponent, Sefer Seferi. And it says, even Keith Idek, reporting for Boxing Scene, says, the former heavyweight champ stopped a reluctant Sefer Seferi after 4 largely dull rounds at Manchester Arena in Manchester, England. So, again, classic, get the rust off, tune-up fight. I guess the guy deserves it, Tyson Fury, since he's been off since, what, 2015? November 2015? So, I guess it's natural that he wanted to fight some no-hoper just to see how it worked out in there, but I tell you, I wasn't terribly interested in that one. I tell you which fight delivered, and I had a bit of a feeling that it was going to deliver, was Terry Flanagan versus Maurice Hooker. I couldn't see it all with consistency because I was doing two things at the same time, but from what I saw, both guys came in shape, sharp, throwing punches. Even in the last round, they were there to give it up. They were there. It was for a title, apparently. Hold on a second. Let me check it out here. Yeah, the vacant WBO junior welterweight title, if you guys are interested in that type of thing. Hooker, 24-0 now. 16 knockouts. Was a huge underdog according to Keith Idek. And the scorecards were 115-113, 117-11, and 117-111. Again, I didn't watch the whole fight, so I don't know if those 117-111 scorecards are too wide. But it seemed like it was a nice competitive fight. Both guys were throwing combinations even in the last round, so good for them. By the way, we got Fight Fan Phil in the hangout. Fight Fan, are you there?
Yeah, what's going on, guys?
Nothing much, just talking about the fight. I mean, listen, Fight Fan, let me ask you this. Are you even interested in talking about Tyson Fury?
No.
Straight to the point. See, that's why I like Fight Fan.
Of course. I mean, I'm glad that there's another contender at heavyweight now to really spice things up, because he's the guy that really kicked off this whole heavyweight renaissance post-Klitschko, because he beat the man.
Right.
But, I mean, he's probably going to be taking tune-ups for the rest of 2018, let's be honest. Probably most of 2019, too.
Well, I mean, look, I don't know about you, but he was throwing the jab. He was clowning around.
Mm-hmm.
It seemed like the old Tyson Fury, I guess. Would it be fair to say that we just need to see him in there against somebody that's a little bit better than Sefer Seferi to see what's really going on?
Yeah, probably. I mean, he's got to get that rust off. And again, I didn't see the fight yet, but it depends on how he looks, because if he was looking a little lethargic and slow, that might be because of all that weight cut. Like I've said a couple of times, like Riddick Bowe, and Riddick Bowe would balloon up in weight and then cut it.
Right.
I mean, that robs your athleticism, so he might be on borrowed time already.
Oh boy. Well, let's hope not, because this heavyweight division does need the most names, as many names as he can get. FNC Bot says Fury looked like Valuev. Overhand says that it was a paper champ fight. I think he's referring to, Hooker versus Flanagan. Aiden Morrison says, what time is Bot versus Horn? That's at 10 p.m. Or at least the card starts at 10 p.m. The Scholar B Major says, the fight didn't go the distance, or at least 8 or 10 rounds. We need 2 more fights before a step up in competition. He's talking about Fury. Akuma's Deceptions asks, how did Hooker look? I missed the fight. I mean, I thought it was a pretty good fight. I thought that was the fight of the night for that card right there, obviously. Fight Fan says, X is talking shit. What's X saying now? Fight Fan, what is X saying now?
He's talking shit about Tyson Fury. He's just jealous that the Mac is back. That there's a white man on top of the heavyweight mountain.
All right, listen. Before we continue on, we have... Who do we... Okay, we got Stu on the line.
I wasn't bad. I told you what's going to happen to Price. I told you he's going to be sleeping. I told you the ambulance is going to come. The oxygen mask is going to come out. I told you he's going to miss the main event. I told you all them things were going to happen.
And we also have... Oh, we got a bunch of people. We got Recognized as well.
Don't get fooled when they tell you that the crime rate is down in New York. Every time I watch the local news, they're always talking about, well, there was a stabbing here, there was a stabbing there, there was a shooting there, but the crime is down.
And we got Cameron as well.
Fuck, mate, it's life, man. You only live once. Make the most of life. Enjoy it. Because everybody's got their weird fetishes, man. And mine just happens to be eating fucking ass.
Nothing wrong with any of that. Let me tell you that much right now. We're very accepting of everybody in here at BDA Boxing. Gentlemen, thank you for being on. How are you?
Good.
Well,
I'm here with BDA King Bucho and the panelists. We here to talk about boxing, innit?
The fuck? That's a pretty good accent, man.
That was good.
What's up, peoples?
See, that's the thing about Recognize.
I recognise you do a very good British guy with Down syndrome.
oh, now wait a minute. See,
man.
At least he didn't use the R word.
I got it down pack.
Recognize that's just leftover talent you have, right?
Yeah, at this point, it's leftover talent.
It's like you got so much, you didn't even practice your accents. It's there by nature.
That's what my wife tells me, yeah.
Oh, your wife. All right. Listen. We also have Pavel just joined. By the way, Pavel, clarify something for me, please. I've been calling you Pavel since you got here. Is it Pavel or Pavel?
It's Pavel. Yeah, Pavel.
Can I call you Pavel anyway?
Yeah, well, I insisted on you calling me Pavel because it's like the closest pronunciation for somebody that doesn't know Polish, so yeah.
So what is it? So it's Pavel or Pavel, you said?
It's Pavel.
All right, I guess I'll go with the correct Polish, since I'm trying to be as as much of a perfectionist as I can. I'll call you Pablo.
Appreciate that.
Yes, of course, obviously. We treat everybody here with respect. Jackass. Anyway, no, I'm kidding. Listen, guys, do you even want to talk about Tyson Fury? You tell me.
No.
What is the
belly-
UK members of
Yes,
the
of course I want to talk about the guy.
Yeah,
Hang on.
there's-
What do you want to say? Go ahead, Stu. Educate us.
Gypsy King is back.
Oh, come on.
Let's be real. Let's be real.
Yeah, let's be real.
The guy's had 2 years off, and it's all right having 2 years off. Most fighters can have a 2-year break, but Tyson Fury was having coke sessions and getting drunk in them 2 years. He weren't just chilling with his family and going abroad and eating too much. The guy was getting coked out of his face. So he had a lot of weight to lose. I mean, fuck me, the guy was 30 stone. So I thought it was not a bad performance. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, he was in second gear. Just got to get the timing right. The timing was off a little bit, but still going to be a threat, mate. Still going to be a threat. Obviously, this opponent was shocking. I said that from the start. Weren't really enthusiastic about the bout. Let's just say that. But he's back now. We wanted to see him, get that rust off, shake the rust off. He's done that. David Price next would be my choice. And then if he goes through David Price in style, then you've got to look at getting him up with one of the top guys.
He will go through David Price.
And when I mean the top guys, don't think Joshua Wilde. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about, the guys just below that. The fucking Brazils and the Parkers and the Takams. I mean, there'd be good fights for him.
They still.
Yeah.
Was there any hype over there in the UK and around Ireland and all that for his return? Was there a big...
No, well, like I said, I weren't too. I mean, I weren't too enthusiastic about it. Let's be real, because the opponent. But obviously, I want to see him back. He's the lineal champion, whether you like it or not. Yeah. So you want to see him back. So, and I thought he did some good things in there. Obviously, too heavy at the moment, but give the guy time. It's 2 years is a long time when you're doing coke and drinking beer.
What was his weight?
Yeah, what was his weight?
Yeah, I have no idea. I've been so busy.
I'll check it.
He weighed 19 stone 10 pounds.
Okay, what is that in normal weight?
274 pounds.
What?
274 pounds it was.
Jesus.
His belly looked loose, man, at the weigh-in. His belly, I didn't like that part. Yeah.
It's like he just gave birth to a baby or something.
But I haven't watched the fight, so I can't really comment on the fight itself. So, so it's good. It's good to have Tyson if he can get back to the same Tyson Fury. It'll make the heavyweight division just that much more interesting, man.
That fat Tyson is a top 3 heavyweight. That just tells you how shitty it is.
Yeah, that's not a good thing.
Good point.
Top 4. I got to throw top 5. Got to throw Povetkin in there.
But okay, look. But what does this exactly tell us about Tyson Fury? Fuck all, exactly. That's why I'm not terribly interested in. I mean, if you guys want to talk about it, anybody that's got anything to say, go ahead.
It's told us a lot. It's told us a lot. It's told us that with a bit more training, a bit more weight, off, and a bit more sparring to get the timing right. I know sparring's not the best for timing, fights are, but he needs to get fights under the bag and under the belt, shall I say? And we'll take it from there. I mean, at the end of the day, he could have come back and looked terrible. Got rocked to his boots, and we would have been saying, "Oh, fuck me, the guy should go back into retirement." But as it is, it was a fairly decent performance. Never got touched, got a stoppage, so we can talk about Tyson Fury in the future. It's good news. Why wouldn't it be? Like you said, the division's poor. We need Tyson Fury in it.
I agree with that. That's a sensible thing to say. I'm just talking from the point of view of, in terms of perform. When people start talking about, does he beat Joshua? Does he beat Wilder? Let's see Tyson Fury fight somebody a little of a higher level.
It was a quick drop. Let's be honest, farcical fight. I mean, obviously we didn't expect much on the fight to begin with, but it was obviously, in my opinion, it was a fixed job. Fucking hell, something's going on there. Severi just quitting on his stall like that. he was taking no punishment at all, man. It was just bullshit, in my opinion. I mean, yeah, fair enough. You know, Fury's back. It's good to see him back, but fucking hell, that was a pantomime at his best. Let's be honest.
Nah, he was getting beat up, man. He's been a bit harsh now, man. I'm playing the devil's advocate, I think. Yeah, do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, the guy, he was getting beat up. I was watching it quite clearly, and I was seeing him taking big shots. And the guy's a cruiserweight. Let's be real. You know, you get fucking 20 stone hit you on the fucking chin, it's going to take some out of you. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So I don't think. You know, at the end of the day, of course it weren't a great belt. Of course it weren't. It's not going to be one for the archives, is it? Let's be real. But, you know, to write it off and call it a farce and everything else, I mean, we want to see the guy back. He deserves an easy warm-up. When you got fucking Wilder taking easy warm-ups in his 40th fight, I think he deserves one, do you?
Yeah, I don't think you can criticize Fury at all. I mean, you don't have to like the matchup, but it's the fight that was made. I mean, what was he going to do? Jump right back in and fight Wilder after 2 years of coking up?
Oh, I mean, look what they were doing early on in the fight. I mean, they were pissing around, kissing each other, dancing, fucking doing all this bullshit, not throwing any punches. Bullshit, watch a fight, mate. I mean, that's what I'm saying it was. I mean, the fight itself on paper wasn't basketball. I mean, fucking watch. I mean, I turned it off after the first round for a bit because I thought this is fucking bullshit. I mean, if I wanted to watch fucking Strictly Come Dance, I would have watched a fucking replay on YouTube or something like that, not fucking watch Tyson Fury back in the ring, you know what I mean?
Well, that's the thing. What were you guys expecting? It was a tune-up. It was just something for him to shake off the rust. It wasn't going to be an exciting fight.
Man. Throw some fucking punches as soon as the bell goes, man. Not fucking showboating and shit like that.
I think Tyson was there to drag the fight on a few rounds. What is he learning by going in there and throwing his punches and knocking this guy out in a round? What is he learning? I think he was just getting a bit of, you know, get a bit of ring rust off, get a few rounds in. Bit of showboat to the crowd. Nothing wrong with it for me. You know, if he'd have gone in there and blown the guy out in a round, what would we have learned? Nothing.
Yeah, it's a good point. It's a good point. I know what you mean, but I'm not saying blow the guy out there, but just do something. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, everybody. I mean, I was on Twitter trying to fight. Everybody was.
I think that's just part of his showmanship. I think with Tyson Fury, I think the more dangerous the opponent, the less antics you'll get from him. Do you know what I mean?
I think. I've watched the comment section of the chat, and the Shepherd of Sons, shout out to him. He said that Fury should take tune-up fights for the rest of this year, you know, build himself back up, and I agree with that.
Yeah, why not? You know, take a couple of tune-ups. Just don't. I mean, maybe he's crazy enough to jump in there against Wilder or Joshua right away. But this wasn't the type of fight where we can exactly judge where he's at right now. The jab was there, the head movement, the showboating, like Stu said, he needed to show a little bit of showmanship. That's his style. I mean, after all, I saw Chef Gordon Ramsay in the crowd, so it's apparent that Tyson Fury still has a lot of cachet with him. He brings in the celebrity. So, again, we couldn't really ask for more. Did you guys...
There was a decent fight in the crowd, which is a lot better.
Yeah.
Shame they didn't get the cameras on that. Seemed like there was more action in that first round than there did in the actual fucking first round of that fight.
You could actually see the fight. I saw a couple...
No, you couldn't see the fight in the crowd, man. They just kind of looked over and stuff like that. I mean...
Let me tell you something, Cameron.
Those are the best fights sometimes.
Let me tell you something. A fight is not just watching the fists, all right? It takes a lot of experience and nuance to watch some of the finer details of a fight. Like, for example, the scream of a woman in disarray as she watches her boyfriend getting the shit kicked out of him. Or how about the crowd, somebody enjoying it and filming it on their phone? I mean, it's not just about punches and fists hitting a face. There's more to a street fight than just watching that. You understand what I'm saying here?
I just like seeing people get beat up, to be honest.
All right, see, that's your problem.
The thing is, I mean, it's a bit, I mean, in all seriousness, you know, I wrote something about this not long ago on Twitter about, you know, how, you know, it's bad for the sport when people in crowds are getting into fights, you know, getting coked up, thinking they're big hard men, gangsters. You know, football fans mostly going into these crowds, and I know people would take their kids to fights, and and you know, they won't go again because people in the crowds are doing this, and they don't want their kids seeing that. You know, we're talking, you know, youngsters who, you know, might want to get into boxing themselves, and they're sitting there watching these fucking coked up middle-aged blokes getting into scraps because of the adrenaline going inside a fight arena and stuff like that. It's bad for the sport, and it happens at Frank Warren fights a lot as well. The security's better at matchroom fights, but the security at Warren events are horrible. You see them all the time, and people just can't get a hold of it. Like, the security's shocking. Warren really needs to get something going on with his security at Queensbury because every event that Warren puts on, there's fights going on in the crowd, and it's just bad because it puts people off, you know, bringing their kids to the fights, and how's that going to bring new fans to the sport? You know what I mean?
Good point. That's a very good point. You don't want to Well, first of all, I mean, if you, usually I don't see that many people taking their kids over at when it's 11 o'clock or whatever it may be. But the point remains, if it's not a safe place for anybody, whether it's kids or adults, I don't see a lot of returning customers for that one.
But that's it. I mean, like some, adults won't go. Some blokes are on into that, just there for a good time. If they're turning up paying for a ticket and they get caught up in the, crossfire of a fight and they get injured, then they're not going to go to another one, are they? Let's be honest.
Well, Recognize would go. He enjoys getting into scraps at fights. There you go.
No, not if Miguel Cotto said that. You wouldn't say anything to Miguel Cotto, would you? Really?
So that's the rumor going around, right? That's how you guys interpret it. I punked out a confrontation with Miguel Cotto.
All right, so here's the thing. Cachnella brought up a good point in the chat room. Perhaps the most interesting thing to glean from this event was Billy Joe Saunders was walking Tyson Fury to the ring, and he looked a little chubby there. Oh, we just got John McQueen subscribed. Shout out to John McQueen. So what did you guys make of Billy Joe Saunders' shape in there? Anybody? Billy Joe
Saunders?
Yeah.
Well, Saunders for me, I mean, he's nowhere near as bad as he used to. I mean, he looked a bit fucking thick in there, but it's a bit swell. But, I mean, he's not got no fight coming up now, is he? So, he's not exactly in the middle of training camp cutting weight, is he? So, for me, I mean, Billy Joe Saunders, I mean, since he's been with Ingle, he's been getting into really good shape when it matters. And as long as he keeps doing that, then that's all that matters, isn't it, really? But Murray, he's got a new opponent now. Roberto Garcia got announced tonight.
Is he the guy that
silver middleweight title?
Is he the guy that went 10 rounds or 12 with Antonio Margarito after Margarito?
Yeah. I think he's fought quite a few top welterweights. I think.
All right, sorry about that. HRFNVIG just subscribe. Shout out to Rafnivig. All right, so at what weight is that taking place?
160.
Huh. Martin Murray can still make one. Why did he move up to 168?
Because he didn't think he'd make the weight anymore, but obviously that's not true. He said it was just a tough time making weight. But Martin Murray was never big enough for a super middleweight. I mean, he's not even a big puncher at middleweight. Yeah, I mean, you've seen what happened. He's got Billy around the ring by middleweight. Obviously, Golovkin. You know what I'm saying? But he was never big enough for super middleweight. I mean, Grossman handled him around the ring. I mean, fair enough, it was a decent, sort of scrap. But Murray was just never big enough for that weight. His natural weight is middleweight, but he's just not a big puncher. It was never going to work out for him moving up in weight. So I think he knew that when he fought Groves. You know what I mean? And Abraham.
He looks like a big dude, though. I think, like you said, it's the punching power that's just not quite there.
Yeah, it's always been the issue with Murray. He's a big guy, but the lack of punching power, I think, really kind of affected him when he got to the top level. I mean, plus the fact that his training is just not that good. I mean, he stayed with Oliver Harrison for so long now.
Right.
That Murray's just never got to that top level. I mean, you could have argued that he won, against Thurman and Martinez. I think, quite a lot of people would say he won those fights, but, he's never decisively won a top level fight. So, he's kind of floating around that sort of fringe world level sort of thing now.
But what about it, guys? Billy Joe Saunders, the guy showed up in, like we saw that he's a little bit on the chunky side. This is a guy that's
fat.
Yeah, well, you said it. Is this a guy that's got longevity written on him or not? Longevity, I should have said.
No, I don't think there'll be much longevity.
All right,
I do. He barely fights. Fucking at this rate.
Well, yeah. That's true.
Go on to his 50 at this rate, bro.
Yeah, that's what I should have said. Yeah, if he keeps fighting at this rate, he could fight to 60 years old, probably.
He's probably not going anywhere near any fucking tough competitors in that division either.
Well,
he's not going to spit near Golovkin now. There's no undisputed title on the line.
I think he might. A more chance of Canelo. I mean, he's going to be fighting one of them in September.
Canelo definitely.
I think he'll fight Canelo in September, I think.
I don't think Canelo don't want that. I mean, that's a horrible style for Canelo. Canelo can't fucking handle that style. I mean, Billy Joe's a natural middleweight. He's a strong enough dude. I mean, fuck, man.
Yeah, but Saunders going to win decisively enough to get a points decision? I mean,
absolutely not. But I mean, that's the thing. I don't think Canelo's going to want to do that anyway. And Billy Joe might not want to do that if he doesn't feel confident enough. Either way, it's just a bad look for both guys.
think Saunders will take it to the money.
You think so?
We have to see how it goes, really, because if Saunders has pulled out this fight to get a big fight with Canelo or Golovkin, then fuck Martin Murray. Couldn't give it. I couldn't give a shit about him, to be honest with you.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, come on, man. He's had about 100 opportunities to win a title.
Yeah.
No, he's the British Rosado, isn't he? You know, how many
Groves. Rosado beat him as well for me.
Well, this is it. How many opportunities is this guy going to have? At the end of the day, he's had his opportunity. If Billy Joe Saunders has pulled out of this fight to fight Canelo or Golovkin, then I ain't got a problem with it. But if he has pulled out of it and there's no plans for the future, then yeah, I don't know where we're going to go with this guy, man, because he's had that belt for like years and he's fought fucking basically one decent opponent, and that was Lemieux.
Yeah, he beat it. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I mean, the thing is with Saunders, I mean, I agree with you. I thought actually Murray lost to Rosado in that fight, and he looked shit in Monaco as well, and he's going to be getting a title shot off that. I mean, let's be honest, you know, Frank Warren is so bad at matchmaking. I mean, you know, he genuinely thought this fight would sell. You know, Murray's just a recycled name. Nobody wants to watch Martin Murray anymore. Nobody wanted to watch Martin Murray in his prime. You know what I mean? He was just never an exciting fighter. But, you know, for me, Saunders...
well, Frank Warren said, I mean, I watched an interview with him, and he was talking about Eddie Hearn. And he was saying, oh, yeah, Eddie Hearn, he keeps putting his fighters in the lion's den and getting them beat and all that lot. Yeah, I wouldn't do that. I'd, you know... But I know you wouldn't, Frank. You'd give him 30 bums and that no one's going to watch. I mean, this is the thing, like you said, Cameron. This guy is matchmaking. I don't think he's a terrible matchmaker. He's doing it on purpose because he doesn't want his fighters to get beat because he's got a small stable. He needs them all to be fucking winning, right? So he's cherry picking them, these opponents. And where Eddie Hearn's sticking his fighters in the lion's den, and well, now and again they're getting beat. That's just how it is when you fight the best. But if you're going to fight chumps, his cards really need to pick up.
Look at Terry Flanagan. Look at Terry Flanagan, man. I mean, he lost tonight, but look at all the opponents he's faced over the last few years. I mean, what
weight was that, Cameron?
140, 140.
Well, it was 140, weren't it? Yeah, fucking. He's not strong enough at 140. He's got no punching power at 135. So what? I mean, let's be real. That fight was a close fight, but they was as bad as each other, really. None of them have got no pop in their shots. Do you know what I mean? And I just think with Flanagan, he was struggling at 135 to knock people out. So he's not going to do that at 140, and he just doesn't throw enough punches anymore. It was a lot of very similar fighters in the way they fight, and that's what made it a bit scrappy at times. But yeah, Flanagan, man, didn't fancy him at 140, and he's proved me right. That's
exactly why it was going to be a good fight. Go ahead, Pavel.
I just wanted to say that coming back to Billy Joe Saunders. Personally, I have a trouble gauging his capabilities in the ring, since all he fought was Golovkin's leftovers, and we have never really seen him fight against the A-level opponents. So it's like, I don't know, I'm not convinced about him.
Even though Martin Murray has like blown every opportunity, like Stu said, you know, for big fights. But he's only been, like, dominated one time. Like, I mean, completely dominated. And that was by Golovkin.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's true. I mean, it's an interesting one to call for Billy Joe. I wouldn't necessarily call his opponents leftovers. But definitely they've been... I think you hit the nail right on the head there. An A-level fighter. Somebody that's in their prime and that's a complete fighter. But he's done pretty well for himself. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, go ahead. I just wanted to say that, yeah, maybe leftovers was too harsh of a word, but still, I mean, they're not, like you said, they're not complete fighters. I mean, Golovkin, he was able to beat them in a much more exciting fashion than Billy Joe Saunders, and we're praising Billy Joe that. He displayed such a great degree of a skill when he fought forward plotting David Lemieux, and I mean, look, I feel he's a little bit overhyped.
I think he's a good fighter. I like him.
He is a good fighter, but I mean, you know, considering his opponents and the fact that he fucked up in the fight with that that guy Artur Akavov. I mean, come on.
By the way, before we continue, we do have Precise on the line.
Dependent upon how you interpret the data.
What's up with all the transvestites in Hollywood, though?
Because if you're a postmodernist and you don't have any standards, you're always going to keep moving the goalpost, and you're never going to stick to your own standards because you don't have any standards.
See, that's what we're talking about here. Standards. What standard is Billy Joe Saunders? What standard should he be held at right now? That's what we're talking about. That's a good question. Precise, thank you for being here. Keep on going, fellas.
Say what?
No, yeah, I just said keep talking, fellas. Like,
I told you Billy Joe Saunders was fat. I tell you.
I mean, come on, the guy's in the Ricky Hatton type diet. You know, like in between fights he'll blow up, and that's what I'm saying.
I just don't think he's serious about boxing, man.
Exactly.
I just don't think he takes boxing seriously. I don't know, man. It's such a disappointment, to be honest. You know what I mean? He makes it look like he's gonna fight Golovkin by fighting the opponents that Golovkin already beat. You know, that's how you chase somebody technically. But when it really comes down to it, he's not even ready to fight Martin Murray. So, and if he did get injured, it's because he's fat. You know what I mean? He can't carry that weight around. So give me a break, man. I'm just tired of these fat gypsies. But I enjoyed the Fury fight for what it was.
And by the way, sorry to interrupt, but we also have Apology Man is in the hangout. Apology Man, are you there?
It's Dark Vader.
Yeah. All right. Good to have you, Apology. Good to have you back, man.
Death to all Jews.
Did you say cheers?
I lost respect for you.
Oh, he says hello.
Death to all Jews.
He doesn't have any respect for any of us. Come on. Yeah, so that's the thing about Billy Joe Saunders. I don't see him being consistent enough here. I mean, he's a hot and cold type of fighter. That's what he is.
He needs the right kind of style to look good, I think.
The thing is, though, like I said, if he's going to keep pulling out these fights, and why are we even talking about the guy? I mean, there's fights on tonight. There's been fights coming up soon. We're talking about a guy who's constantly injured and pulling out fights. I mean, it's a bit like boring now, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? So I reckon we should move on. Billy Joe Saunders.
Sorry, go on, Stu.
No, I was just going to say, Billy Joe Saunders is not fighting, so what's the point talking about the guy?
Yeah. The only reason Billy Joe's gotten any publicity is because he had the last belt that Golovkin wanted. He's been fucking living off of Golovkin's name for how many years now? I've got a belt. He wants my belt. I mean, he's been talking so much shit. I mean, I remember when he beat you, he was talking all that shit about, Golovkin only wanted to fight you when I was fat. No, he wanted to fight you when you wanted to fight Eubank. He openly admitted that he would whip you and Eubank's ass on the same night.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, he's wasted so much time pissing around with Martin Murray. He could have, he could have got a big fight in and got a good training camp for that fight instead of fucking around with a pointless fight in Martin Murray. What did he need a warm up for? When he just beat Lemieux, I don't get what he said. I was just a little tune up. What do you need a tune up for? You've just gone to Canada and won. What do you need a tune up for? You're still fit. I mean, I don't get it.
And Andy Lee should have waited to fight Golovkin, man. This whole middleweight division would have been sorted by now if he just did that.
Yeah.
Instead of losing that title to Billy Joe, basically is what I'm saying. That was
Andy Lee, Billy Joe was scheduled for Ireland, because Andy Lee's a Irish gypsy, isn't he? And it was it didn't sell very well. They
would have made a lot more money selling that title to Golovkin, basically, and maybe he would have knocked him out. Who knows?
Maybe he thought that taking the Billy Joe fight in Ireland, they'd get big crowd and big numbers, but it didn't. They had to have
he
it.
Thought he was going to beat him. That's what he thought. He thought he was going to.
Maybe so, but to be honest with you, Billy Joe done a number on him. But
I want to jump in on talk about the other gypsy just for a second, because for me, going into this fight, the only thing I wanted to see is is Tyson Fury shot or not? That was the only question I had.
Yeah.
And I think I found out that he isn't.
Yeah.
And yeah, the fight was a farce. His opponent really gave up, but that's because he was getting pieced up in there, man. He hurt him right before he quit. He hit him with an uppercut, and he hit it well, but man, his legs did a little funny thing there, and he couldn't take the power. I thought Tyson Fury, considering everything that he's been through, how he's been mistreating his body and how fat and obese he came into the ring, I actually thought he looked good. The timing was off. He was a little slow getting back on defense, but man, that right hand's got to be the fastest right hand in the heavyweight division. You know, despite the fact that he was carrying around a 30-pound fucking backpack, I've never seen anybody's back fat protrude more than their belly fat. That was the weirdest thing I've ever seen. But despite the fact that he had that on, like, he was pretty light on his feet. You know, obviously
I bet he's still got a better tank than Joshua. That Greek god Joshua with all the muscles. I bet Tyson's got a much better tank.
He looked a lot more athletic than, you know, chiseled Joshua with that fucking fat belly in there. So, exactly. and I thought it was I thought it was a better performance than Joshua's last fight. Obviously, he didn't fight as good of an opponent, but that wasn't a prime Tyson Fury. So, you know, I'm not saying that was a bum Tyson Fury, but that wasn't a top 5 heavyweight in there, not for me anyway. So, and I think he could get to that level. Obviously, he has to lose that fat because he's gonna blow his knees or ankles if he doesn't lose that fat. I'm telling you right now. And you know, he looked good. I thought the punch variety was good. I thought he was starting to get his timing down. He was fast as fuck, man. Like, he was. Some instances he was fast, some instances he was slow. I think he's just rusty, man. He's got to shake the rust off, step up the level of opposition. Like somebody said, take the whole year just to basically get in the groove of things, keep losing the weight, and he's gonna beat everybody in this division if he keeps progressing. So I'm excited he's back. I don't like the whole when he kissed that dude. I'm getting this feeling like he's trying, like he's maybe selling out or something. Yeah, you know, he was anti-gay, and now all of a sudden he's kissing the dude, like he's trying to.
Wait a minute, what happened?
That be, you know what precise, I mean? Man, precise. Honestly, bro, you've got to stop looking deep into every situation. You find a conspiracy out of anything. Honestly, bro, it's gonna turn you crazy. Just. Forget all these.
What's the conspiracy?
It could make sense.
What's the conspiracy? Tell me what the conspiracy is. There's no conspiracy. Stu, look up what conspiracy means, please. I'm just saying what I see, and it's weird. I don't like it. He kissed the dude. I'm not down with that shit.
Well, the conspiracy was that you guys saying he's a faggot. I mean, that is a conspiracy. I mean.
No, conspiracy is when a bunch of people conspire to do something behind the scenes that's usually nefarious. So it's not a
well, whatever. Anyway, at the end of the day, I don't see a homosexual in Tyson Fury. I just don't. I just think he's one of them. He's just fucking not mentally all there.
I don't see no homosexual in Tyson Fury except when he kisses men. That's the only time I.
Yeah, I mean, no, I think
he's doing it to please the liberal agenda.
I think he's just erratic, isn't he, with his behaviour? I mean, he's just not wired up right. So I think that's all it is.
I think Precise hit nail on the head when he mentioned that Fury has probably the fastest right hand in the business from all the heavyweights, because some people would attribute that to Deontay Wilder, but the fact is that Deontay often makes basic mistakes when he throws that right hand. For example, when he's ready to throw it,
he shows it.
Yeah, he shows it. He holds up that hand. He holds up that hand by his chin, and suddenly he cogs back like he wants to gain some power. But it might look deceptively fast, but it's not that fast. And what I mean by Fury and what Precise said, that he has the fastest hand, is just that from point A to point B in a straight line, it is really surprisingly fast.
Yeah, I mean, what Precise said, I think I agreed with most of it, because I was trying to explain that to Cameron. But that we did learn things from Tyson Fury tonight. You know, that he's still. I think he could still be a player in a couple.
He's
of
not
fights.
shot, right? He's not shot.
No,
he's just rusty and fat.
Yeah, he's definitely not shot. And like I said, if he can get rid of another, say, 4 stone, then you never know, do you? He could be a real threat.
He could definitely be a fucking threat. He just needs to, again, fight somebody that's going to challenge him.
What was he weighing at? 20 stone?
275
pounds.
I guess that's
yeah.
20 stones, right?
Yeah, so he needs to be. No, he's not going to lose 4. He's not going to lose 4 stone. He needs to lose, say, another
30 pounds.
Yeah, say 2 stone. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. When I'm looking at
no, not 30 pounds. He's 6'9", 275. What he needs to do is tighten up, because I'm kind of disappointed in that belly, to be honest with you. After I watched his training session, and then again, I mean, listen, sometimes you can edit videos and make it look like you're working out like a beast. But the dude was he was deadlifting somewhere around 550 or 600, it looked like. And he did like 10 reps of those, and I was pretty impressed.
That's easy.
See that?
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, you know what people say about Fury, that he's just fat, but I don't think that's the case. The dude is actually, for me, he's as strong as an ox. And the thing is, he's just covered with that layer of fat. And I looked up one of his older pictures post-fight when he was in the ring, right? And he was like the leanest from all his fights, and the dude looked.
Everybody died.
Really?
Everybody's gone.
Everybody's gone.
Oh yeah, I just saw it.
It's the Gypsy conspiracy.
All right, we'll get him back. We'll leave off with Pavel.
Like I said, it's got to be good news for all of us that he's come back, and he looks like, you know, he means business. If his head's in the game and he gets a good camp in for the next fight and he loses a couple of stone, then, you know, he's going to look better. And then after that, we can take it from there. But it's got to be good for the heavyweight division. I mean, it's stale at the moment. I mean, the Wilder Joshua talk is fucking. It took about 20 years off my life. I've just had enough of it. Do you know what I mean? We need something fresh in the heavyweight division. Dillian Whyte Parker. I mean, that's a good fight. I mean, we'll talk about that if you want.
In the chat, the FNC bot said Fury could only lose so much weight in that time span without having bad effects on him.
That makes sense.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Bring it down slow.
Yeah, but maybe that's why he did come in big. I mean, let's be real. The guy was 30 stone, I think. I mean,
yeah.
The fact that he's lost 10 stone is some achievement. So I think that the guy in the chat.
What is that in Americans? What is it? 14 pounds to a stone?
Yeah,
no, what is it?
For stone, yeah.
Wow, so he lost over like 140 pounds. Fuck.
Can I just finish what I just said?
So he was 400.
Oh yeah, let's let Pavel finish. Yeah.
No, I just wanted to say that people don't realize how hard is it for a guy who is 6'9" to be ripped in the ring, kind of like Joshua, you know. And I think the dude is just really strong. It just doesn't show for the casual eye.
Yeah, let's face it. He's never gonna be body beautiful, and I think he could sharpen up his punching technique, and his wrists are kind of limp for my liking, but you could clearly tell the guy hits hard. He's very strong. He doesn't have to load up on his punches for them to have good effect on his opponents, and I think he could break anybody down in the division and stop them. He's that strong. He's not a one-hitter quitter kind of guy, but he will break you down and stop you if you don't have, you know, great defense and excellent punching power.
Yeah, that's the thing that I see with Tyson Fury, the key for him. If he could stay strong like he seems like he has throughout his whole career, stay strong throughout the fight, that makes him dangerous with his boxing skills on top of that. You know, that's the key for him.
Now, fellas, Tyson Fury weighed in at 247 against Klitschko, his last fight, or before last fight.
247?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's 30 pounds, almost 30 pounds.
He's
just 2 pounds away.
Fuck? He's at 6'9", he's 247.
Yeah.
He kind of got them chicken legs, though.
Yeah. I was gonna say that must be what it is. Yeah.
But then again, like you guys were saying, this ain't no bodybuilding contest. This is boxing. Yeah. Who cares about how you look? It's about how you perform.
There's guys that are built like a goddess but can't fight for shit. They just don't know how to fight. You know?
Let's be real. Jared, what's his name? Gerald Miller. Gerald Miller, babyface Miller. He's got to be around that weight, and he's a lot shorter than Tyson, so he gets away with it, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Fat Baby's about 300 pounds.
That's not even his nickname. Yeah, go ahead, Fight Fan.
What's up?
Oh, I thought you were going to say something.
No, I was just saying Fat Baby's proud of being fat. I mean,
yeah, he said it himself.
He's like, I'm 300 pounds and I'm going to whip your ass. Like, he's proud of it. He's the biggest heavyweight we got.
He's like the big pun of boxing.
I remember when he fought. Yeah, go ahead, Precisely.
Sorry. I just wanted to reiterate the point about Tyson Fury's weight and his knees, because if you guys pay attention, he has a pretty pronounced hyperextension in his knees. And I have the same problem. So I'm telling you, not that I'm fat or anything, but I'm telling you, if he doesn't lose that weight and keep it off, he's going to end up hurting his knees, man, because they extend. You know how you could, like people say you got double jointed elbows and shit, how your knees, or I'm sorry, your elbows hyperextend. It's the same thing with his knees, and it's going to be a problem if he doesn't lose the weight, man. He's going to snap something there, and it ain't going to be pretty.
What does that mean, overextended knees?
You know how some people can, like, when they extend their elbow, most people their arm will remain in a straight line, but if you have I forget what it's called exactly, but if your elbows hyperextend, you start to actually create an angle downward. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I'm watching pictures here.
Yeah. His knees, he's got that same thing in his knees. And if he hyperextends his knees and he's too heavy and off balance and he likes to move around a lot, he's gonna pull a tendon, he's gonna fuck himself up. Trust me, man, I know.
Yeah, most tall guys have knee problems. Most tall men usually have knee problems.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, or back problems. But when you add weight to it, it's true what Precise is saying. He's asking for something one day. I mean, it's amazing that it hasn't happened already, being 6'9".
And his whole thing is movement, right? So that would cripple him completely. He needs to fix that shit ASAP.
I mean, to be 6'9" and move the way he does, that's impressive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he needs to keep the weight at a certain where his knee is not gonna hyperextend one day and fucking collapse on him. You know.
I tell you what, Fury's hard to hit clean as well.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
He was seeing all the shots, but he was a little sluggish rolling them or getting back. He saw them. He just didn't. He was too rusty to completely avoid them. But he controlled his opponent well. Granted, it was a small dude, so it wasn't that hard. But he rolls shots. He hides behind the shoulder well. Like he's not easy to hit cleanly with the big shot. So.
I mean, do you think Tyson Fury, one for the future, could be the winner of Dillian Whyte versus Joseph Parker? I mean,
this year still? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think that could be a good fight. Whether Hurd and Warren would get that on, I'm not sure, but that'd be the fight I'd want to see by the end of the year for Tyson. He's got to be hovering around that level by the end of the year if he's serious about fighting Joshua Wilder next year.
Who should he fight next?
David Price for me.
He's gonna kill him.
Really?
Well, yeah. I think David Price. I mean,
I think he needs somebody more durable myself, so he could go round. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I mean, I think Price is a bit more durable than the guy we had in there today, isn't he?
You can fight Takam.
Pulev.
Yeah, Takam or I don't know.
See, I don't think. I still think he needs a couple of fights before he gets to
that. Fury needs like 3 more fights against pretty shit opponents, in my opinion.
I think
he needs to fight often.
Yeah.
I think
he needs to, in my opinion, Fury needs to spend this year, man. He needs to spend this year. Fury needs to spend the rest of this year maybe having 3 more fights against really bad, really sort of poor opposition and then sort of look at the other fights next year.
David Price has got to be good one now with poor opposition. I mean, but it's still quite dangerous, and the fans will actually want to see that because
it will sell. That's
exactly.
Point.
The fans will want to see that.
I'd watch it. I know that.
Yeah, me too.
We're supposed to see it,
it's better than sticking. That's better than sticking to some bum from fucking Bulgaria or somewhere like that. You know what I mean? We're up to, at least David Price is a name, sort of thing. And
I do think he should be fighting tall guys. I don't see much point in that unless Povetkin is. But he's not going to be fighting anyone like Povetkin, or not even. I don't think he'll even end up fighting Parker because A, they're friends, and B, I don't see much future for Parker in the division. But I think he should stick to fighting. No, Dillian White's not going to beat him. No. But beating Dillian Whyte, I mean, where does that get you? You know, for me, I don't know. I like the fight. Don't get me wrong. I think it's a good fight, and I think Dillian Whyte has a real chance of beating Parker. Don't get me wrong. I'm just not picking him. But
that's on pay-per-view, you know. That's on pay-per-view.
Oh God. Well, hey.
Fucking sham.
You know how I feel about that.
You guys need to do something. You guys in Britain, you need to fucking do something.
Man. Eddie Hearn needs to fucking. Oh fuck her. Fucking pay-per-view. That's the fucking worst pay-per-view.
He needs to start that card. He needs to start the undercard of North.
You keep buying it.
No, he ain't fucking buying it. Other people keep fucking buying it. You know what I mean? Listen, right, he can stack that undercard as much as he wants, Podge, man. That fucking, I said on Twitter, you can stack it as much as you want. The main attraction is not pay-per-view. You pay for the main event. The pay-per-view is dog shit. You know, the main event, I mean, you got two guys. I mean, Dillian Whyte, you know, he's not exactly lit the world alight. Joseph Parker, he's not exactly the most exciting fight to watch. It's going to be a stinker of a fight, in my opinion. I mean, the fight's just shit. The pay-per-view's shit. Oh, well, so no, the fight's not shit. I like the fight, but the pay-per-view's dog shit. Complete dog shit. One of the worst I've seen for ages. Eddie Hearn needs to fucking sort himself out. Sky needs to sack him off and just fuck off out of boxing, in my opinion.
What about the zone, bro? The zone.
Hearn with Hearn.
The thing is, right? It's as much as it's Eddie Hearn's fault. It's also Adam Smith's fault at Sky because he lets his fights happen. Without his go-ahead, these cards are not going to be on Sky pay-per-view. So Adam Smith's the one that needs to go because someone needs to stand up to Eddie Hearn and just say, look, that's not a pay-per-view fight.
Well, Adam Smith would stand up. Adam Smith would stand up to him. The problem is someone has dirt on Adam Smith. In my opinion, Adam Smith's got images hidden on his hard drive and people know about it. Yeah,
I tell you what, mate, don't be surprised if fucking Adam Smith is the next one that gets fucking raided for child porn or something. So, I mean,
grooming gang.
Yeah, he's part of that. Yeah. No,
that wouldn't be, like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if he's got one of them fucking Joseph Fritzl basements. Do you know what I
mean? Fred West in the making.
That means, you know what that means.
He's the one that needs to answer this. Because like I said, Eddie Hearn's just going to throw fights at Adam Smith, and he's going to push his luck, isn't he? That's what promoters do. He's going to want every fight on pay-per-view if he had his way. Adam Smith allows it. He allowed Cleverly Bellew. He allowed a lot of poor.
He allowed fucking Hay Harrison.
Yeah.
No, I don't. Well, listen, the thing. Yeah, I agree with what you're saying. I mean, I'll give Hearn credit for one thing. He gets his fighters paid very well. You know what I mean? He doesn't mess about. But fuck's sake, man, these pay-per-views are getting extreme. I mean, we used to have Frotch Booty on regular Sky. If that was here now, that'd be £50 on pay-per-view.
I do know that Dillian Whyte has been on Eddie Hearn's back for a while, saying, "Oh, you know, you love a boy Joshua. You know, you're all about getting him paid. But what about me?" Sort of thing. I'm fighting everyone. So I think Eddie Hearn has done Dillian Whyte a little favour here. I think deep down Eddie Hearn knows this is not a pay-per-view fight, but he's just thrown it out there with fucking Adam Smith yet again. I mean,
I'm raging to fuck, man. I'm raging to fuck tonight. I have no idea what. I'm just raging, man. Fuck knows why.
By the way, we get
fucking Terry Flanagan getting beat, man. That fucking fuck's sake.
We got Trap Media. Flanagan, sorry about that. Just to introduce Trap Media just came in. Trap, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, good to have you on board. Sorry about that, Stu. Go ahead.
I'm on Fanny Water. Fucking. I've got.
Alright, man. Take it easy.
What's the language?
This was coming for a while from Flanagan. He's not impressed me for a while. He's looked out of sorts. I mean, this guy went 12 rounds with Derry Matthews, for fuck's sake. So,
what's he doing calling now Lomachenko, man? What the fuck was that all about?
Oh, thank God. Maurice Hooker done him a favour beating him tonight. So he thought Lomachenko was fucking hell, man.
Jesus.
Do the quit.
Lomachenko could have dislocated both his arms and still won that fight. I'm sorry.
He would have quit like all the other opponents.
There must be a hook. There must be a Ukrainian hooker out there called Lomachenko because he certainly ain't calling out the fighter. Surely.
A Ukrainian hooker named Lomachenko. I would love to see her just to see what she looks like. Lomachenko, yeah.
Yeah,
I bet she's got crazy angles.
Yeah, I think that's how it goes.
She gives you angles, makes you work for it.
Hello, my name is Slivana Lomachenko.
That's actually how you say Lomachenko's name.
That is the good thing about England. Living in England, you get this. We've got loads of Eastern European girls here, loads.
All right, listen. We're not gonna.
Cheapest hookers.
Yeah, they are.
Eastern European hookers.
It's not even an hour in.
Club.
We're not even an hour into the show, and we're talking about hookers. It's not gonna go down that way today, all right? Not after just an hour.
Hooker
fought Flanagan today. What are you on about? We're talking about
hooker. So let's not talk about him.
Listen, Maurice Hooker fought tonight. We're talking about hookers. It's just the same thing, isn't it?
Where are you going? What are you doing? What the hell are you doing?
Not gonna happen. Not on my watch. All right.
Hey, you see the Charlo fight? What channel's that on, Cameron, in the UK?
Showtime at 9 o'clock or 10.
Yeah, he said UK, bro. I'm not too sure, man.
No one cares. No one cares.
If it's not...
Apology, no one cares. I'm not staying up for anyone. I know that.
Who do you got?
Box Nation's got Crawford, Horn.
You guys, who are you picking, Parker, Whyte?
I gotta go
Parker. Yeah, I'm edging towards Parker at the moment. Dillian Whyte struggles with footwork. Anyone with any sort of footwork, Dillian Whyte struggles with. Look at Hellenius, and I mean, he's made to look sloppy when someone's got a bit of footwork. He just doesn't know how to cut off the ring properly. I think Dillian Whyte's better when people are coming onto him. And I don't know if Joseph Parker's going to do that. I think he's going to fight like he did against Joshua again.
I'm backing the body snatch. I'm backing the body snatcher. Hometown guy, you know what I mean? He's got a brat in the bricks. All about nationalism and all that. So I'm backing Dillian Whyte.
I don't think Parker gives a shit about boxing.
I got Dillian Whyte in that fight too. I think Dillian hit too hard. I think he's gonna put him down. He's gonna be a lot more aggressive than Anthony Joshua was. He just seemed like he got a different level of focus right now, and I think he won his spot. He won his time, and I expect him to put Parker down. Parker seemed too like he ain't take that step forward his last fight. I wasn't impressed with Parker at all.
Yeah,
holy fuck. Some weight, man. The bookies got this one 50-50. That's surprising to me.
Like, Dillian Whyte's got a chance. Dillian Whyte's got a chance. He has.
Parker needs to gain weight for that fight. He needs to gain weight.
No, he needs to stay light and move.
Dillian Whyte. I don't think that man. He's growing a mohawk back. Dillian Whyte's growing a mohawk back. That Dillian Whyte prime Dillian Whyte, no, he's not got no chance against Dillian Whyte.
Just because of the mohawk, he's got no chance.
Y'all sound like y'all sleeping on the Trout the Charlo Trout fight.
Fuck Trout, man. He's coming up like 6 losses in a row. What the fuck's he doing fighting for a title, man? Come on.
Six losses in a row.
2 slick back boxers. What do you think is going to happen? It's going to be boring.
He had it's not gonna be boring. I think it's gonna be a knockout. But he had a real good fight against Hurd until Hurd just started weighing on him and put his hands down and leaning on him. But up until that point, he was whipping Hurd. You know, Trout. I don't know. He's a good fighter to me. I think y'all sleeping on him.
Nah,
Trout. It's
Precise
losses though.
Precise is getting title shot after title shot again with losses, man. I mean, how many fucking times is gonna happen? I mean, just because he's a name, just because that division's so shit. You know, in terms of like lacking names.
Trout's a good fighter, but it seems like every fight he's been losing, he loses something.
You know, maybe he's got some photos of Al Heyman. You know what I mean?
Oh my god! Stop it.
Maybe he's got hold of Al Heyman's hard drive.
But how y'all see the fight going? Knockout or decision?
Decision. Trout's not getting knocked out. Trout's not getting knocked out.
I don't know. I think Jamel's gonna knock him out. There's nothing left over. After what Hurd did to him. Hurd busted that ass up.
I have TKO for Jamel.
Yeah.
Of TKO.
It's
back of the head.
Hey, Trout, mate.
Trout made Erislandy Lara look like fucking Marvin Hagler, didn't he?
Oh my god!
Yeah, he did.
So did Jarrett Hurd though. But no, listen, all serious. I mean, it doesn't matter if Trout loses because he'll be fighting for another belt after this fight, no matter what.
God.
Hold on.
They just using Trout. They just using Trout to set up the Hurd Charlo fight because he just fought him. Then they want to see him against him. Hurd will probably get one right-handed fighter in between, and then early to mid next year.
You never know.
That makes sense.
Like he's getting better. Hurd looks like he's getting better. At first, I was thinking I was going with Jamel to beat Hurd. I think Hurd would beat him now.
Did you see the picture of Hurd, man? Did you see the picture of Hurd with Kelly Pavlik the other day? Fucking hell, man. How the fuck does Hurd make 54? I know we spoke about this, but Kelly Pavlik, Kelly Pavlik's like proper, you know, he's in the gym now. He trains like, lifts weights. He's at least 200 plus pounds, right? Whoa. Proper muscle. And Jarrett Hurd fucking walled the guy, man. Jarrett Hurd is massive, man. That guy.
Fuck yeah. Hurd is, I'm telling people, I keep telling people, I know what a 200-pounder looks like. He's in that 200-pound mark for sure.
Yeah, Crawford's 177. Of course, he's 200 pounds.
Crawford is 175.
I just found 50 pounds, man. 50 pounds made that weight limit. It's a joke.
I just found the picture that Cameron spoke about, and I'm gonna put that up there.
Absolute unit. He's built like a brick shit house.
Listen, I just found the picture that Cameron's talking about. Sorry about that.
BDA, what do you want to say?
Yeah, I found the picture that Cameron spoke about. I'm putting it up on the screen right there. This guy, even Jarrett Hurd said it. He said, I'm a big ass 154-pounder. The guy knows exactly what he's doing. He's making the weight. I don't know how he's doing it. I think he's drawing blood or something. Look at that.
He's bigger than fucking Pavlik, that's for sure.
He must be sticking his fingers in his throat and making himself sick every night.
Absolutely.
That's actually.
Look at the size of Pavlik. Look at the size of Pavlik. Well, he's not the same Pavlik when he's fighting. He's built like fuck now.
Well, look at his head too.
Damn. Exactly. Yeah.
The head is the dev giveaway.
Who would y'all pick in the Hurd Jaime Munguia fight? Both of them big boys.
Hurd. Munguia is big, but Hurd way bigger.
Who the fuck did Munguia beat to win the title? It's a damn Ali. Big fucking deal.
Yeah, but he got some power. I mean, you can still see the power though. It wasn't a big deal because he was so small.
Oh no, Munguia can crack.
Yeah, but Munguia loads up on his punches. Though.
Nah, man, I don't think he can crack. He was fighting Ali.
I think at some point, her
Ali and Jesse Vargas are like Mike Tyson. For fuck's sake, I mean.
I think what would happen is Hurd would wear Munguia down somewhere in the midpoint of the fight, like after 6, like 7th or 8th, and he'll stop him. Right now.
Jarrett Hurd will probably give Tyson Fury a good comeback fight in his next one.
Yeah, he should fight him.
When you look at the moment, Jarrett Hurd has got to be probably the most dangerous guy in the division at the moment. Probably.
Oh yeah,
hell yeah.
Yeah, because I think my favourite fight in that division though is Charlo Brook. I think that would be a cracking fight.
No,
it's a shame he's being caught Brook.
Brook, I gonna hold up.
It's a shame we're gonna get Brook Khan at the end of the year though.
Brook Khan.
Yeah, that's the fight we'll get at the end of the year, 100%.
Brook don't want no title shot because Hurd trying to give him a title shot right now. Brook don't want it.
Brook won't fight one of them until he's fought.
Yeah, to be fair though,
he wants to get paid.
Yeah.
To be fair, like he's only just come into division. I think when you go up a division, unless you're people like Lomachenko and people like you do need a couple of
skills,
finder fights. Do you know what I mean? Finder fights, getting used to the weight, getting used to taking punches in that division. Do you know what I mean? It's just certain fighters need that. Lomachenko's a different breed. He just goes at a division and beats the best guy there. But Kell Brook's not that guy, so he's going to need to basically warm into this division. And I think taking Jarrett Hurd on in his second fight is a terrible mistake.
And even Lomachenko, who go up in weight and fight the #1 guy at a higher weight class, he got dropped. So it goes to show you got to be careful. I mean, I would like to see it, but I think Jarrett Hurd. I think somebody said, I don't know who said it, but I think Jarrett Hurd is good enough to hit him in that eye and it won't hold up. And I think it'll be over.
I think a good matchup would be, and I know they're in different weight classes, but they have very comparable height. I'd like to see Jarrett Hurd versus Jose Uzcategui. That would be an interesting fight.
actually, that's who he should be fighting.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Man, Hearn said he moving up to 160 soon after he unified the division. He said
somebody said that.
Oh, so he wants to move up to 160, right? I mean, he should.
Yeah, he said after he unifies, he said he's moving up for sure.
I would have to think that would serve him better to like cut less weight.
Yeah,
like,
can you imagine how
fight at 160?
Can you imagine how big he would be fight night at 160?
Oh yeah, man.
He'd be healthy too. He'd be stronger.
Yeah, and mentally he'll be better. He'll be less fatigued.
Jarrett Hirsch,
That's a
Roy
good
Jones
point.
Jr. and just become a heavyweight champion after all this.
Yeah, yeah.
I seen they was talking about a Derevyanchenko Jacobs fight later in the year too. Somebody, I want to say Boxing Scene just put that out. That fight might happen.
That.
Lomachenko, Derevyanchenko and
Jacobs
versus Danny Jacobs.
I like that fight.
If that fight happens, I'm telling you now, if that fight happens, put some money on a draw. That's all I'm saying, man.
Why is that?
And you'll find out when they come back on after getting cut off again.
Yeah, draws are looking good these days.
One thing for sure, next time Badou Jack fights, I'm going to be putting a draw.
Fuck yeah, man. From now on, I'm predicting draw.
I am.
But
I'm just going to
fucking let me down.
Sell everything I own, go into the bookies. I'm Badou Jack draw, please.
but see, the reason I say that is because they got the same manager, so those fights
you're right.
you always got to be careful with those fights, man.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all.
Why aren't any of the middleweights fighting each other,
man?
They are fighting each other, man. You've got you've got the there's no fucking big fights, is there? You're right.
Like everybody's like just my thing because everybody's like Golovkin's got to fight all these dudes, but like none of them want to fight each other. Everybody's just waiting for
that's fucked
Golovkin
up.
to come around the block. It's like no, go fight each other, stand out, man.
It just shows you that the standard that Golovkin is held up to.
I want to see Golovkin fight all these guys, but let's see some of these guys kick each other's ass.
That's why I like Earl Spence. Earl Spence is like, look, fuck all that we down with Al Heyman. I want to fight these dudes.
Yeah.
He wants to fight. He wants to fight. He doesn't want to be friends with Keith Thurman. He wants to fight him. Same thing with Sean Porter. Same thing with Danny Garcia. He wants to fight those guys. He doesn't want to be friends.
Recognize. I've got a question. I've got a question for you. Recognize. Are you a big Saddam Ali fan?
Huh?
Are you high on Saddam Ali?
Hell no. No,
I
never was.
I was just. Is that because?
Even though I did like that he beat up Cotto, yes.
I was just about to recognize. That's what I was just about to say. I was just about to ask. Is that because he done what you couldn't do and actually balls against Cotto?
Listen, man. It's called smart. It's called being smart and understanding the situation. Okay.
Yeah, you'll be a weight bully, mate. You'll be known as a weight bully. You'll be known as a weight bully anyway.
That too.
I take it Mayweather weren't the only one that ran from Cotto. I recognise.
Listen, Stu. If you was in my situation, you would have done the same thing. I was outnumbered. I was totally outnumbered.
What, that's 147-pound man?
No, but hold on. To be fair, it wasn't just Cotto. It was Cotto, the fat guy he always hangs around with. His effeminate son. His big-titted wife. Come on, man.
His homosexual son as well. With a standing.
Well, I didn't say that.
Yeah. You want that jumping on top of you, man? Come
running away. He's your son.
I would have never walked out of that bar alive.
Miguel Cotto and his fucking entourage would have pinned him down and fucking recognised when he got fucking makeup done over by his fucking son.
Yeah.
You're that disgusting fucking cocksucker idiot son of his!
Over my dead body, that would have happened.
Recognised wakes up in the middle of nowhere, butt naked with pink slippers on somewhere.
Jeez, man,
well, that's not Cotto's real son. I mean,
what are you saying? Wait. What are you
talk about conspiracy theories, man.
Is that his real son then? You know,
well, I hope so. Unless his wife has some serious explaining to do.
Oh, I thought that was his stepson or something.
No, it's his fucking son, man.
No.
Are you telling me a boxer, a world champion boxer, has let his son grow up like that?
Yes.
He walks around in pink fucking slippers.
He kisses a guy on the lips. Cotto kisses another guy on the fucking lips.
I've got twin boys, right? They've been in the gym already. I even just wrap their hands, just get them used to the environment, innit? Do you know what I mean? But no makeup around here. There's, you know, this guy should be taken.
Dude, this is a guy who shared a single bed with his trainer, for fuck's sake.
I just don't get it, man.
Listen, Cotto shared a single bed, man. He shared a single bed with his fucking trainer. I mean, what do you really expect?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
weird. And it's not like it's like I said, isn't it? It's not like Cotto was, you know, like Lamont Peterson living in a car at the time, so just had a room and share one bed. This guy's a multi-millionaire. Do you know what I mean? And he's sharing a single bed with some fat guy. I mean,
I think it was
like father, like son.
I think Selecki can go back to 154 and really compete. I thought he beat Jacobs the last fight by a round.
What does it have to do with Cotto? And anyway,
What has that got to do with anything, man?
No, but
he's trying to keep it boxing. That's why.
Yeah.
Fuck boxing. What is boxing? Fuck boxing.
He's the voice of reason. Trap is the voice of reason.
Voice of reason, man. He's like, look, man, this shit is going down a crazy route.
Can we talk about Selecki?
Trying to keep the sponsor money good, man. Y'all about to kill all the sponsors.
That's where we need an apology. That's where we need an apology to come in and say, no one cares, fucking Trap.
In all seriousness, though, Selecki, yeah, we were watching the fight and he did beat Jacobs. He beat him up bad, man.
I had him winning.
I don't know about bad.
I didn't say bad, but by a round. I had him winning by a round.
It was bad in the sense, Jacob was.
And we'll be back after this commercial break.
Word from our sponsors.
Yeah, I mean it was a close fight, but I definitely think Selecki could be a threat at 154. I think him versus Brook would be a good fight.
Does he have much of a tank though after that fight? I mean, he got hit by a big dude.
He's a threat at 150.
Selecki looked bigger than Jacobs in there.
Legend has it that boxing style thinks Varnas Marosian wipes out the entire division.
You know what, guys? I think even if Jacobs didn't score a knockdown on Sulensky, he still would have won. I mean,
yeah, he would have.
Yeah.
Well, the scorecards were pretty far, so I thought Jacobs won the fight. I thought it was that close that the knockdown made a difference. I mean, put it this way: I didn't have a problem with Jacobs getting the fight, but yeah, I could see where people thought Selecki won. I mean, especially in those middle rounds, I thought he was schooling. Danny.
How would 7-5 for me?
It was really bad. Like, I didn't expect Selecki to do that to him.
I had Jacobs with it.
How would y'all see Selecki competing right now at the 154? You think he could beat any of the champions?
He will, man.
He has a good shot.
I don't think he could get to that way.
He gets robbed against all of them.
Yeah.
That's how I see it. Yeah.
What about Selecki Brook?
Selecki Brook?
He'll get robbed.
Selecki get knocked out.
What?
Selecki get knocked out? I don't know about that. I mean, if he's weight drained, if Selecki's weight drained.
Did you just say if Selecki was wet?
No,
that's your imagination.
Come on.
That's what I thought you initially said, man. You kind of quickly changed it, you know, you kind of casually.
I got a question. Can Kell Brook, who's 5'9", or he's listed as 5'9", as being 5'9" by Boxer, can he even get to Selecki? Selecki's a pretty tall dude. He looked even taller than Jacobs.
He's about 6'1", Selecki, no?
Yeah,
people calling Kell Brooks. Like, still see a lot of people calling him Kell Brooks.
Right.
I know I've called him Kell Brooks plenty of times.
It's Kell fucking Brooks.
Errol Spencer for some reason.
Yeah, I don't understand, man.
I used to call Errol Earl. I used to call him Earl. I like that dude. I like that Earl Spence. They're like, who you talking about, man?
Boxing styles in the chat, man. Boxing style. Go to fucking box rec, man. Kell Brook, not Kelly Brooks, man.
It's Brock. Mayweather. Kell Brock.
Do y'all think Horn's excuses for the was saying that
man, fuck Horn?
Well, hold on. We can't jump. Well, hold on, guys. We can't jump, guys. We can't jump.
Let him say.
We can't jump
with Horn.
Hey, we can't jump from one.
Do y'all think he had a legit point with all the things he was making, or you think he's just making excuses?
He's crying.
But hold on. We can't jump, guys. Butcher, help me out here. We can't jump from one subject to another. I mean, we can't just go. Hey, Selecki. Oh, hey, what about this guy? What about that?
Debate?
Yeah.
I don't know. The fight about to come on in 2 hours.
He's here or what?
We'll get to it. Hold on.
Trap's got a bunch of things he wants to ask us, so just let him roll him off.
All right, hold on a second. So if we're gonna talk about
opinion on it.
Yeah, okay. So if we're gonna talk about we're switching over to Crawford versus Jeff Horn now.
Let's get into the Crawford Horn.
What do you? Okay, so hold on before we continue, because the only one here whose prediction we didn't get was. Hold on a sec. Wait, I think it's just Trap. We didn't Trap. Who are you picking for this fight? First of all, I'm taking notes here.
I don't like how Horn has been talking. I think it's gonna be more competitive than people thought. But I think a 6th, 7th round knockout by Crawford.
All right. 6th, 7th round. I'm writing it down here.
Hey, what's my prediction? What the hell did I say?
Hold on a second. Let me check.
Manny Pat.
Bucho picked Manny Pacquiao by 10th round knockout. What the fuck? Why did you pick? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, that's not it.
I like how good at teleport inside the ring.
I want to change my prediction if I still may. If not, it's okay.
Yeah, you can still change it. Everybody can change it.
I think Crawford wins the decision, but it's going to be controversial.
Whoa!
I'm sticking to my guns from a week ago. So
I got one.
Predicted.
Teddy Atlas blows a fucking gasket.
That's a given.
I've got a prediction. Jim Lapley cries.
Even if he's not there,
I've got a prediction. Max Kellerman.
Yeah, Max Kellerman's making Andre Ward.
Ward's on ESPN now. They broke up.
What?
Oh yeah, that's true.
They broke up.
That's a shame.
Who's that? Max Kellerman ESPN or Max Kellerman Andre Ward?
Andre Ward's on ESPN.
Well, that's Warden.
And they broke up.
I think Horn should have tried to leverage being a champion in his fan base a little bit more, though.
We're trying to talk about Andre Ward. Trying to talk about Andre Ward and Max Kellerman's relationship here, Track.
Let me wait. Hold on a second.
Nothing bad to say about Ward.
Jeff's never coming back.
We're talking about Andre Ward's relationship with Max Kellerman. You're here trying to talk about Jeff fucking Horn.
Well, hold on.
The fight's on tonight, so
let's get this straight here. I need to get Bucho's prediction because we haven't gotten to it. Bucho prediction time. Come on.
Crawford decision. Unanimous.
All right. Let me tell you something, guys.
Everyone's doing the same thing, man. I might just change my prediction to some fucking bullshit now.
I got Crawford 10th round TKO. Whether it's there's some what's the word I'm looking for? Well, anyway, hook or crook.
PBC stoppage.
Yeah, one of those type of shit. Yeah.
PBC stoppage.
It's either legit stoppage or one of those in between stoppages.
I'm going Jeff Horn 3rd round knockout. I'm picking.
Are you serious?
You're right.
All right. Now I don't know who's kidding. I don't know who's caught. I don't know who's not. I don't know who's dead. I don't know who's alive.
How good he rehydrates.
Oh yeah, that's true. The guy couldn't even make the weight the first time. He had to try two times.
No, he made weight. They fucked up the scales. Come on.
Oh.
He made weight.
It was rigged.
All right, we'll see.
There were three guys on the card after him who had to fucking strip down to their birthday suit to make weight. Come on.
Hey, do you know what they should do? What the UFC does. Just give a pound. Let's not have these fighters fucking killing themselves, ruining the fight on fight night for the sake of a pound.
Let them hang off the towel a little bit.
Well, the UFC, if you fight at say,
Stu, they kill themselves anyway. You've seen the fucking state of these UFC
exactly.
Fighters.
So that's the thing. They're all draining themselves down. So I should do what the UFC did. Give them a pound.
I agree with that.
Dude, that's
then they're gonna come in 2 pounds over. Watch.
Yeah, then they've got no excuses. But like I said, some of these guys are just too big for the division, but just too small for the division up. So it gives them a bit of a better chance to compete.
Go ahead, Charlie. Keep dancing.
Let me tell you something.
They need another division, man. They need another division.
Can I just say that if I were a professional fighter, even if I knew I was gonna make the weight, I would still strip down to my birthday suit, like Precise said. And when they put up the towel to block, I would yank it down at the last minute just so that everybody could see my package. That's what I would do.
If you got a big cock, you know what I mean? It's all right.
Say hello to my big friend.
This is why I can't make weight, huh?
This is why I can't make weight. Look at the size of these balls.
Honestly, man, making 147 pounds, you're weighing 160 because your cock's fucking 30 pounds. You know what I mean?
This is what this show is all about. All right, so we got the predictions. Let me just go through the predictions, all right? We got Cameron says Crawford. He said Crawford by lackluster decision. Recognize had said Crawford by late controversial stoppage, which he's now saying around 10th round. Stu picked Crawford by unanimous decision. Precise is picking Crawford by controversial decision now. Pavel said Crawford by unanimous decision, but he says there's going to be some shenanigans involved.
Fuck yeah.
Bucho. Oh, Bucho, you had already said Crawford lackluster unanimous decision. I didn't see that. Yeah. All right. Apology said Crawford by decision, but Horn is going to hurt him or even drop him.
Boxing. I want to change mine. Terence Crawford unanimous decision, but at some point in the fight, Terence Crawford shorts fall down. He fights butt naked for a round.
Okay. Are you? I don't even know what the fuck Cameron's on right now. I think he broke up with that girl a couple of days ago. I think it's still.
No, I've already got another.
Oh, that explains it. That explains it.
I've got another. Listen, man, I've got 2 dates lined up this week, so it's definitely not that, man.
Apology. You gotta, corner Cameron. Maybe he'll join your crew.
Yeah, man. I've been trying to, but he won't listen.
Listen, man, I don't need to, man. But apology, man, you need to join my ways, man.
Bro. He's took his son.
I've got 2 dates this week coming up, man. You can have one of them if you want. Real talk, man.
Oh, man.
That's generous. I would take him up on it. Unless she's a skag.
Yeah.
They probably are, man, but fuck
If he's trying to give you the lesser, don't go for it.
You're gonna get stuck with the fat one. Watch.
Yeah. You get stuck with the fat one. You already got 2 kids. Nah, fuck that.
I remember one time, right, years ago, fucking my mate pulled this band. I got stuck with the fat one, didn't I? Right. Pissed out my face. Fucking, I did a wrong one, didn't I? A little tapping. This was a 30-yarder. This was a little tapping, one of them ones. And well, when I thought nothing about it, then a few months later, I met this girl. Hang on a sec. Everyone's dropped off again, for fuck's sake.
All right. Well, let me just.
Listen, I met this girl, right, and I went round her house. And it was sitting at the table, that fat chick. It was her sister, man. So I was thinking, oh, fuck's sake, of all people. So my of the story is, don't fuck these fat birds, even if your mates tell you to, because you could end up meeting a nice girl and then finding out that this fat chick's her sister.
What is it got to? I don't go for fat chicks.
There's nothing wrong with fat bitches. Fat bitches need love too. Okay? That's all I gotta say. Fat bitches need love too.
Listen, man, I don't have any fat bitches, you know what I mean? I've got nice bitches, you know what I'm saying? I'm just kind of enjoying it, but that fucking girl that I was with last time, man, I was one who fucking ended it, so it's not me who's fucking, I'm just fucking going with the shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you told me she had...
No, we had a thing going again, man. She told me she wanted a fucking second chance a few days ago, and I said, nah.
All right. So as you can see, the ongoing drama...
How do those fat people take a shit?
Okay, I would go...
It's a beautiful sight. You gotta see it.
Wait, that's Tyson Fury, man. Ask John Gonzalez.
Yeah.
This show.
I suppose it's good if you got a fat girl scoring over you, because you can't actually tell when it's fucking.
Oh my god!
Oh my god! This fucking podcast.
Listen, man. All I gotta say is fat bitches got the sweetest thing in the world.
Oh yeah.
Okay?
All right.
And I just I came on to say that my brother TC is winning by first round knockout. Watch.
Wait a minute.
Right,
you said
a fucking Don King, man. No, I ever saw about
that. I ain't no Don King. Fuck that cone. Anyway, I'm going for my brother TC, first round knockout, and I got who else is fighting? My brother Jamel Charlo. I got my brother Jamel Charlo. My brother Jamel Charlo is gonna win by first round knockout too. He's gonna knock out that bum Trout. Okay,
he's a brother. Man. He's a brother.
Nah. He's one of them Eddie Chamber brothers. You know what I'm saying? He's a disgrace to the superior race.
Preach.
Hey X, your brother Hooker did you proud earlier in England, didn't he?
Yeah.
No.
Oh my god.
Yeah, man. I don't like that last name though, Hooker. You know what I'm saying? I think that's
it brings back memories. It's PTSD, isn't it, X?
Well, listen, Apology, you got something to say to me? Say it right now. Go ahead. What you got to say to me?
It brings back memories, doesn't it, of your past life with hookers?
You see, you've been talking to Recognize. He spreads rumors about me. That's all he does. Okay, don't believe anything.
X, you're not another Donna Stevenson, are you? You weren't pimping out these young girls, man.
Adonis Stevenson is a hero to me. I don't know what you're talking about.
Christ, man.
Here we go.
That's my brother.
That's the guy. Yeah, but that's a guy who pimps underage girls, mate. He's a nonce.
No, that's a lie. They try to set him up. They weren't underage.
Hey, by the way, can we just clarify something? Do we all agree?
That makes it all right then, done it, beating up women and shit.
But can we clarify something?
They deserve it.
Can we clarify something? Can we all agree that pimping out underage girls is immoral, or does anybody disagree? Just doing a survey here.
I don't.
Anybody who does that, man, should be lynched, man.
I wouldn't do that. They should. Yeah. I mean, there's a couple of people I know that should be lynched, like Badu Jack, that fucking spy.
All right, what's going on here? Listen, X, we appreciate you dropping by, but we gotta keep going with the fucking, because we only got about 2 hours left.
I gotta go anyway. Okay, my acid reflux is fucking with me, and I gotta get out of here. Anyway, peace to all my brothers, and fuck recognize the Matrix.
Oh. Church. All right, lay off the chocolate mooch, man. Lay off the chocolate mooch, otherwise that reflux is gonna get back to you.
Recognize will be on in 2 minutes, by the way.
Yeah, he had to. He's at work. All right, apology again. He said Crawford by decision. But Horn hurts him and drops him. Boxing style had Horn. He has Horn, but I don't know. We gotta get some of the
Superman Stevenson curse. That's where it was.
We gotta get the BDA IT team to look into how every time X comes in, why you drop off. There's something weird going on here.
Yeah, I feel like there's something weird going on there.
He's hijacking your signal. That's what he's doing. All right, Fight Fan Phil says Crawford in 4 rounds. And Trap Media just came in and said 6th or 7th round stoppage for Crawford. Now let me ask you something here. We've all made the picks. We're looking at this from a technical standpoint, but I gotta tell you just real briefly. I was rewatching Terence Crawford versus Postal, and I thought it was very smart what Terence Crawford did, that he made the counterpuncher come to him, the longer counterpuncher. Otherwise, Postal would have just tried. It would have been a harder thing to do. That being said, I think Jeff Horn's only chance here is to wade in and work Crawford on the inside, because I don't see him. I can see him surviving 12 rounds on the outside, but I can't see him winning a boxing match. So do you think he gets caught coming in, or do you think he makes it 12 rounds?
Jeff Horn needs to rough him up. It depends on the referee. I think Jeff Horn needs to rough him up on the inside, getting close, but it depends. I mean, I think it'll be a similar performance to the Postal fight, where Crawford just picks him off, uses his speed lateral movement, just picks him off, and then wins a unanimous decision.
Postal tried to fight him at distance because he's got no inside game. He had no choice. I think that would suit Jeff Horn. Let's be real. He's not going to be doing his best work at distance. He needs to be in the pocket, roughing up Crawford, testing his heart, testing his chin. That's the only way. He's not going to outbox Crawford.
I think if the fight was on a neutral ground or in Australia, I think Horn's game would be better. He would have, because he would seem more confident. I just don't like his confidence going into this fight, and with his style, you need to be confident. I see Crawford walking him down and putting him down like that. I don't even see him being in the fight, because it's just too many excuses. His body language look bad. It's kind of like how the Celtics, they couldn't win a game on the road. I think by him being in America, he just shook up by it. It's just a different mentality over here.
I want to make a prediction. If Crawford wins this fight, he'll fight Joseph Benavidez after this fight.
They've been setting that up for 5 years now, man.
Yeah,
probably get in the ring after the fight.
Oh man, he will. We won't be seeing Crawford against anybody that we really want to see until next year.
Right.
But Jeff Horn's got a lot of lateral movement. I mean, he fights very similarly to Adrian Granados. He has a very similar style. Yeah, he will circle, he will move left, he will move right, and then he'll jump in. And I think that'll give Terence a chance to counter him on the way in. But if he's coming in at angles, it might prove difficult for Terence. We'll see.
I hope we see Jeff Horn tag Crawford up. I really hope you see it.
Now that's the thing.
A little bit.
Yeah, 147. Yeah.
You guys think that Horn has the power enough, I guess, to like rock Terence Crawford?
Absolutely.
Well, I mean, the guys. I mean, we didn't see Crawford get tagged at 140. I mean, we don't know how he's gonna get tagged off a bigger man. He shouldn't get tagged and hurt off a smaller man. So why not?
Yeah. I guarantee you, if Jeff Horn clutches Crawford clean, then it's gonna hurt him. That's for sure.
Postal's power gave him trouble. He didn't want to exchange with Postal. Come on. That guy doesn't hit that hard.
Yeah, that's that. You know something, and even if you think that was a great performance by Terence Crawford,
fuck no.
which I don't. He looked like he was reluctant after getting hit with a couple of shots by Postal, a couple of counter shots.
Oh, come on, man.
Horn and his coach said they was planning to come in and box. They not planning to come in and fight his usual way on the inside. He said he was planning to fight from the outside.
I wonder if that's a game plan for big fighters. It's like to stay away.
Crawford's versatile, and it made sense to fight Postal that way, but Postal did the wrong thing going after him like a dummy because that's not how he fights. He did the wrong thing. But that's true. That's in my. That's what's his face, Freddie Roach, man. He's lost it. He's just.
Yeah.
Now here's my question. Since we're talking about power, would you guys consider Crawford's chin untested? Because we saw him get severely hurt against Gamboa in the 9th round, but that was purely because he was getting sloppy in there. His hand was way down and all that. But do you guys think he's got a good chin, or is it untested?
It's untested. Like you had to expect his chin to be weak at 135. I mean, he was absolutely drained. So obviously, it's gotten better as he moved up in weight. But the guys are punching way harder. Gamboa wasn't even a lightweight. Let's keep it real. That was not even a lightweight. So I think you'd have to say the chin is possibly suspect, but it should improve. You know what I mean? And here's my thing. Like, you guys seem to think that Crawford's going to just some of you walk through Jeff Horn. But you think it's just going to be like a couple of punches and it's over, or he's just going to break him down?
I think by the 6-7, he's gonna break him down. He's gonna walk him down.
I think counter shots. If he wins by stoppage, I don't think he's gonna walk him down. I think he's gonna counter shot him, pop shot maybe, and maybe wear and tear on the face, that kind of stoppage.
Who did Terrence Crawford walk down? Who did he walk down?
Well, that's the main point.
No, it's not because it's more so because of confidence, and I'm not a Terrence Crawford fan at all. But I just don't like before Jeff Horn coming over to the States, I had this fight being a lot closer. I thought Horn could win by decision, but I just don't like his body language. And if you ever been in a fight, if you done took somebody to a fight and they was nervous, they might be able to really fight, but if they nervous, it mess up how they get out there.
I don't know. I didn't see that. He looks good to me, man. He looks confident.
I think
Trap is right though. I didn't see the whole the press conference, but if you do go in nervous in the fight, that could fuck with you, man. That's you go a little too nervous.
Terrence Crawford looked nervous to me, man. He was like juking and he was trying to shake off that nervous energy. Like he was dancing a little bit and he was doing all the talking. I don't know. I don't see him as very confident.
The nervousness, it really, for me, it's an individual issue. That comes from somebody who had few amateur fights.
Nervousness could be a good thing, but if it's nervousness that freezes you up, obviously, like I'm sure you guys been in fights before, so.
Yeah, I mean, Horn fought more of that nervousness. Yeah, but but that was in his home. That was in his place of comfort. But coming over here,
yeah, but that was Pacquiao. I mean, come on, we can't compare Terrence Crawford to Pacquiao.
That's old Pacquiao. Pacquiao don't even want to fight this Crawford. So,
well, right now, why would he want to fight Crawford? For what reason?
That's what I'm saying. It's no reason to worry about an old Pacquiao. That's not something that you're like, oh man, I gotta fight Pacquiao now. He's not that guy no more.
Bro, you know what? I think at that level, that when Horn fights the best, especially after Pacquiao, I don't think he has that, nervousness as being, literally nervous before the fight, because it's not a playground. Those guys are professional boxers, and the only nervousness Horn's gonna have is he's just gonna be unsure what Terrence Crawford's gonna bring to the table. That's all.
We'll see tonight.
I don't know, man. He looked relaxed to me, and sometimes guys will face off, and one guy will look nervous, but then they get in the ring, and it's a completely different story. So
yeah,
it wasn't just the face off; it was just a lot of the talking, like all it's too hot here, and all this and that. I don't want to hear all that. Like even if you rattle, you don't let people know that you rattle. You come out and do what you gotta do.
Did he say it was too hot? Where in Vegas?
No, in the Top Rank gym, he said they were trying to set Top Rank was trying to set him up because they didn't have any air conditioning and the gym was
They
way.
are trying to set him up because they're scared.
These kind of things do happen, though. You do know that. Like,
Oh no, I know they do, but I'm saying in a fight of this magnitude, you just
don't
suggest
come up with excuses, right?
Yeah, just go to another gym and don't talk about it. Like go to another gym. It's not.
There's no other gym.
Tyson Fury was the same against Vladimir Klitschko when he went to Germany. He was moaning about everything, making excuses. Nearly pulled out the fight last minute because of the gloves, I think, or the hammer.
Well, he was doing the right thing because Klitschko was fucking with him. It was bullshit. And he did the right thing.
And he still went on to win the fight. So I don't think you can really look into them sort of things. I mean,
I like
sometimes nerves can make your fight smarter. But also sometimes nerves can obviously drain you. Like David Price, I keep saying that the guy gets so nervous that it's nervous energy and it drains half your tank before you even step in the ring. So that's bad for you. But
you guys want to know? You want to know who's nervous? Bob Arum is nervous as fuck, for damn sure. I'm telling you, man.
By the way, somebody made a good point.
They're pulling all the shenanigans. Why? Yeah. If it's such an easy fight, you're a 10-1 favorite. Why are you fucking with the champion? Why?
Maybe because he's so desperate to make that Terence Crawford Pacquiao fight, or like he wants that as a plan B in case Pacquiao doesn't take on Lomachenko.
No, I don't think Pacquiao's gonna fight Terence Crawford.
Yeah, he said no way he takes that fight at this point.
Well,
yeah, Terence didn't want to fight Pacquiao when Pacquiao was a little bit better than he is now. So why would Pacquiao play himself like that now?
That's a good point.
Now, he probably sees the Lomachenko as a more lucrative and a more entertaining fight.
It's a more even fight.
I think Pacquiao's just going to do a tour. I think just fight around Asia and all around there and make his money and go out. I don't think we're going to see Pacquiao in massive fights anymore. I don't think so.
I hope he leaves Top Rank because they sold his ass out, man. They already sold him out.
They did.
It's kind of sad.
I sold him up the river after the Horn fight.
But if I was Horn, I would have dictated it a lot more. Like he seemed to be uncomfortable with the horsehair gloves. If I'm the champion and I feel like I got the bigger fan base because I can bring this many people to a stadium, I'm demanding that if we're not having this fight in Australia, we're not fighting in horsehair gloves. If that's not what I think he should have.
He's on the A side though. Crawford is. Crawford's the A side.
Yeah, but he didn't have to take this fight. You know, so
only in boxing. Only in boxing.
That's true. He didn't have to.
Only in boxing, your opponent
took more money. Is it true he's getting $500K for this fight?
What? That's it?
That's what I heard. He's getting $500K for this fight.
What do you mean that's it? Look at precise big shot there. Just 500? Gee, I can make that in a week.
I mean, come on. He's fighting fucking pound for pound number one. He's fighting the guy that missed the boxing.
I think he's making 1.5 mil.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Because I think Crawford's making 3, so Horn's getting 1.5.
That's a lot of money.
I mean, I was just going to say, only in boxing can your opponent tell you what to wear and what to do. And
that's bullshit. I hate that.
Yeah, that's not real boxing. That's not real fighting.
I mean, let's be real.
That's not that.
Mayweather Maidana.
You don't get football teams. Going to play a team, and then you get there, and then they tell you what boots you can wear.
And like LeBron. That's like LeBron James saying before he gets into the finals with the Golden State Warriors, you guys can't play Kevin Durant and Steph Curry at the same time. You can't do that. They don't do that.
By the way,
I don't think.
Sorry, go
ahead, man. I don't think Jeff Horn had much of a choice as far as why is he fighting Crawford, because Bob Arum for damn sure got options on Jeff Horn, so he could have just been served him up like a nobody or somebody. He could have fucked him over. You don't want to fight Crawford? Well, I'm going to freeze you out, or I'm going to have you fight someone at 154, or who knows? You know what I mean? So nobody for no money. So I don't think he had much of a choice, to be honest.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that go behind the scenes that we don't know about.
Exactly.
The why these guys put themselves in situations that look like to us are like an unwinnable situation.
I don't know, man.
Bob Arum, he served them up Pacquiao, right? Like they screwed Pacquiao. They served him up Pacquiao. Like he owes them now. He owes them big time. Come on.
I do wonder what happened.
Horn won that fight. Clearly won that fight. I like Jeff Horn. I think he got a good story. He was a teacher coming in and to do what he do. So I'm rooting for Horn because he got the perfect underdog story. It could be a movie, but I just, I don't see it.
Well, first of all, the Jeff Horn.
If you count elbows, forearms, and slaps and headbutts, then yeah, he outpointed.
In a street fight,
No, he just was more aggressive, and he outboxed him in the center too.
Nah.
He got beat the shit out of. I don't know what it is.
Outside of the ninth round.
From the first
round.
round.
The ninth round, looked like he almost died. Like
no,
literally
no.
almost
died.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I was watching because I did a film analysis for the Patreon subscribers, and where I analyzed Terence Crawford's win over Beltran, and then I analyzed Jeff Horn's win over Pacquiao, and so I had a good chance to rewatch that fight in close view, and then I watched Aratoria's video about the dirty tactics. Come on, the dirty tactics made a difference. Without that, Jeff Horn in the 9th round, I don't think he makes it out of the 9th round if he wasn't allowed to hold, stall, clinch, elbow to the face, keep Pacquiao leaning down on Pacquiao. I mean, that was corruption right there. You can't say. I mean, if you can try and say that it was incompetence, but what a coincidence that the referee happens to be incompetent in Jeff Horn's hometown. I mean, that's not a coincidence. That's
what about those headlocks, those blatant headlocks? Like he just put his whole arm around Pacquiao's head and twisted him, like it was so blatant.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, it made a difference, man. I mean, look, Jeff Horn now is saying that he could knock out Pacquiao in a rematch. But going back to the glove issue, I just read a quote where supposedly Jeff Horn is saying that he likes the horsegear gloves now because he's going to be able to catch Crawford turning, catch him as he's trying to pivot away, and he says, I'm probably going to be able to drop him. That's what he said.
Well, here's the thing, Jeff Horn, he hits pretty hard, man, but he's always fought with those I don't know what brand exactly, but foam gloves, right, to protect his hands. Now you give him horsehair, yeah, okay, there's a chance he hurts his hands, but he's going to be hitting harder too. So, something to think about.
Absolutely. I mean, Horn, he might not have one-punch knockouts, or he might not be dropping people left and right, but he's a pretty strong dude. And again, if he's allowed...
Yeah. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, just if he's allowed his dirty tactics, it's going to be even worse for Terence Crawford.
Listen, I got one more thing to say about Pacquiao Horn. Just one more thing to say. Dude, when you go to the hospital and I put you to the hospital after the fight, I'm handing out money. I beat you, bro. I don't care what you say. When you're spending the night in the hospital, which is what Jeff Horn did, and I'm hanging out with kids and signing autographs, who won the fight?
Yeah. No, like all the blood on Pacquiao's face.
Unless you knock me out, which didn't happen, right? Did you really win when you spending your victory in the hospital being taken care of, and I'm chilling?
Here's one thing I thought of, and this is actually something Precise has brought up before in some of his videos, such as the Roman Gonzalez fight with Sarungbisai. All the blood Pacquiao was losing. Yeah. I mean, that dude was losing a lot of blood, and you're out. And think about it. They were outdoors. The sun was out the whole fight. I mean, you're out in the sun, and your fucking blood's probably boiling on the side of your head. I mean, that had to factor in. Pacquiao was older, man. I mean, that was tough.
Jeff Horn's last fight didn't look good either. I forgot who he fought, but it didn't look good at all.
Yeah, who did he fight in his last fight? I didn't even see it.
Corcoran?
Yeah, I think that was it.
And he didn't look good?
No, it didn't look good at all.
He looked real bad.
5 o'clock our time, something like that.
Oh boy,
Horn is not that good, dude. He's just not that good. Yeah, he's just not.
It might be a little bit of that Ricky Hatton case.
He's a big welterweight, man. He's a big welterweight. He's got some funny movement, it makes him a little awkward. But in terms of throwing hands, like he's not that good.
He has good head movement. I was watching the Ahmed El Mousasi fight and the Randall Bailey fight, and he knows what he's doing in there. But against Pacquiao, which was the best opponent he faced so far, especially the first couple of rounds, he was all over the place. He was off balance. He was flailing. If he does that against Terence Crawford, do you guys think Crawford puts him out with one solar plexus shot or something?
He could. I could see that happening, yeah.
Because I'm looking at your predictions here. Most people are picking... Yeah, most people are picking Terence Crawford by decision and not by stoppage.
I say stop because I think he's gonna get hurt at the end of like the 5th, and I think that's when Crawford's he's gonna come out real aggressive like that 6th round. He's gonna get hurt at the end of the 5th or the end of the 6th, and Crawford gonna come out early and stop him early in one of those rounds from hurting him the last round, and I just see him walking him down like that.
All right, so you see him.
I just think that when it comes to the the two guys, it's just Terrence Crawford. He's just a better fighter. That's it. That's what it comes down to, for me. I just don't like. The fight hasn't happened yet, so I just don't want no fuckery to enhance the win. I don't think Terrence Crawford needs it for Horn. I think he's just a better fighter.
Yeah, he definitely does have quality to him that I don't. He's sharper than Jeff Horn. By the way, Cameron in the chat room says had to jump off on the calm down of a substance. LOL. Is he kidding, or might that explain why he was so full of energy?
The breakup with the girl.
He was talking about testicles a lot.
Well, yeah, but that's always Cameron. He hasn't
been the same BDA since him and that girl broke up.
I'll have to ask him.
Suppressing those feelings.
Yeah, I'll have to ask
cranky.
him. I don't think cranky was the right word. I just think he. I maybe I could be wrong, but I sense that he was a little hyper.
That's what I mean. Cranky.
Oh, okay. I just got it. Okay, yeah, cranky.
Dude, he's right now. He's depressed over the girl, man.
No, he said he wasn't.
Happened to me.
But he said he was.
You know how many times I've said, "Yeah, I'm not depressed. Fuck that bitch," and I was. That's
true.
Really depressed.
That's true. All right, Cameron, stay strong.
Hey, Cameron's gone off. What's Cameron doing? Gone off to listen to his Adele CD.
Jeez, come on. All right, stay strong out there, Cameron. There's plenty of fish out there. I know it's a cliche, but it's true. There's plenty of fish out there.
For you, brother.
Exactly. And speaking, hey, lately we've been seeing boxers coming in dressed in like Daniel Jacobs came in dressed like those characters from the Black Panther. What's his name? So my question is Jeff Horn gonna come in?
What the hell was
What the fuck was that?
Yeah, that was Pavel doing a imitation of Hamed, I think. I don't know. But anyway.
What? No.
But do you guys think Jeff Horn? Okay, let's go. You know what? I'm not even gonna say the Jeff Horn joke that I had planned because it's all.
Come on.
Well, I was gonna ask if they're all coming dressed in their ethnic attire. Does Jeff Horn come in dressed as a British prisoner or something? Get it? Because they're all a bunch of fucking prisoners.
That's racist.
You guys fucked the joke up. You didn't. The timing was off. You fucked me up.
Yeah. Crocodile Dundee. I want to see that.
Hey, by the way, we got Boxing Style just jumped in. Boxing Style, you there?
Knife.
Yeah. Boxing
What's
Style.
up, guys?
Nothing much. Just talking.
Is this boxing style?
Yeah, that is.
Yeah, I gotta go. Bye.
Leave. You two still just leave. I got this. Shit.
All right, Boxing Style.
What's up, Boxing Style? You out of jail?
Yeah, man.
Good.
Bail was not much.
Overhand in the chat room says Boxing Style's on. Here comes the garbage trucks. Yeah, we're gonna be hearing plenty of traffic down there, man, in the background.
Okay, can I ask Boxing Style a question?
Go ahead.
I am.
Yeah, can I ask you a question, Boxing Styles?
Yeah.
I was rewatching the stream when he made that noise in the background and Stu got really pissed. Can you explain what the hell that was?
That was the funniest shit ever, man.
He was like, what the fuck is this, man?
dude, wait. Can I before you answer that, Boxing Style? I gotta go through this, man. So, because I still listen to it. I'm obsessed with it.
Yeah, same. It's so funny.
Dude, it's even extra funnier when you add apology, right? First you hear BDA say, first you hear something just collapse, right? Right in the middle of Stu talking, right? He was talking about fighting in the streets and going up against a boxer who could fight for 36 minutes, right? Then next thing you know, you just hear something go boom, boom. BDA says, "Ah, come on, man." Like he's about to laugh, and fucking apology comes out and says, "Good Lord," like something bad, as if something bad happened. Like he knew something.
Yeah, it felt like someone fell on him. Like a whole field of have a lot to suffer.
Tuesday. What the hell was that?
And people was like,
what the?
What is this, man? That's what he said.
So what is this, man?
I'll tell you what it was, man. I'll tell you what it was exactly. I bought these new mics.
All right, could you stop the noise in the background, please?
Oh, wait a minute.
There's noise in your background, man.
Oh shit, there is noise in the background. What do you know?
All right.
Hey, dishwasher's on. Can you turn your dishwasher?
Everything has to be on when I'm on. All right, I'll give it a few secs afterwards. I'll talk.
Stu said, "Just mute the fucking mic."
Exactly. And then it was like, really good. You pay on Patreon to hear Boxing Style's noise in the background.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, please donate. Please donate to the BDA podcast. In return, you'll get Boxing Style eating cereals and washing the in the back.
Yeah,
I'm working on an Italian restaurant.
Mustache, cash stash.
What was it?
Oh yeah, that's true. What was it?
I told you it was the mics. It was high pitched mic, man, and it's like
bullshit. It wasn't that.
Those speaker things. Yeah, the speaker. No, shit, you know, it enhances the shit that goes around me. All the noises around me. All that shit, everything, bro.
We heard something falling. It wasn't a microphone feedback.
Oh, I don't know about that one, man. I think that my neighbor fell off the ladder or something. I have no idea what happened over there.
Yeah, the hooker bodies. The dead hooker bodies fell out of the fucking closet.
No, it sounded like Boxing Style broke it. And it's funny, we didn't hear from Boxing Style for a while. You know, it was like a couple of videos.
Hospital, bro.
Yeah.
All right, by the way, let's get back to the boxing here. Boxing Style, I have you down for Jeff Horn by unanimous decision. You're the only one picking Jeff Horn from what I can see here.
I don't know. I don't know if I want to stay with that pick, but you know what? Fuck it. I'll just go with that. I was gonna go with TC for this decision. Besides, I would say controversial because I think Horn would outbox him, but survive in the later rounds with TC's coming on him, and somehow make it to the 12th. But I'm gonna roll with Jeff Horn. Fuck it. Why not? Let's see what happens.
All right, so there you have it. Boxing Style going all out, picking Jeff Horn by decision.
But does Boxing Style really mean that, or is he one of those guys that they always pick the underdog?
I am one of those guys. Yeah, I am. But I also pick if I'm willing to bet, I'll pick these TC for a decision.
You've got to take.
Did you pick Vanes?
He did pick Vanes.
I didn't pick Vanes. I picked Triple G to win by decision. That's what I picked.
Decision.
Yeah, that's like picking Vanes.
Yeah, that's not the same. That's not the same. Yeah, I mean, if he had the chin to survive, man, he would have done good. But once he got clipped,
if my fucking uncle had if my aunt had a dick, she'd be my uncle.
I know, right?
Not saying much about fucking.
Yeah,
if any of these guys had a chin, they'd make it.
No, but he didn't. I thought he could hold up punches that Triple G was throwing, but apparently he can't. I was wrong with that shit.
I mean, let's be real, though. Let's be real. Crawford's not really. It's it's the unknown there at 147 against a strong guy. We don't know what Crawford we're going to get. It's unknown, so you've got to give Horn some sort of Crawford fights like we know he can, and he's comfortable at the weight. Then he wins the fight. But you never know. I mean, the strength of Horn might get to him. You know, he might get caught with a clean shot. You never know with boxing. So, but you got to give Horn some sort of chance. It's not like Horn's a fucking dead horse or something, is it? You know.
Who did Terence Crawford fight that had lateral movement? Who?
Gamboa.
No, Gamboa had no lateral movement.
I'm just saying.
He did a little bit. He did a little bit, but yeah.
Gamboa's fast hands is what his fast hands was what gave Crawford some problems.
All right, now here's an interesting question. Because we've talked about the technical aspect of the fight. But Jeff Horn, I don't know. I get the feeling like he's thinking he's very, like he's the big shot now. And Terence Crawford is talking about how he wants to punish Jeff Horn. So my question to you guys is, we got your picks. What?
It's not me, I tell you.
No. My question is, who are you rooting for? What? Butcher, I don't get what you're saying. Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
I'm saying, guys, if you're not gonna talk, please mute your mics because we hear noise in the background. Somebody's eating peanuts or something.
Yeah. Can you repeat what you were saying, BDA? I missed all of it.
We okay. So we get that we got your picks for the fight, but now my question is, who are you rooting for, if any, or are you staying objective here?
Horn. That's all I'm rooting for. I don't like that weight bully, bro. It's 177 to fucking all the way down to fucking 135, bro. Are you serious?
Oh wait a minute, Jeff Horn's a weight bully too, isn't he? He's a big dude.
Yeah, he is. But I mean, I really don't like neither guy, honestly. That's the truth. But if I had to pick one guy, Horn.
All right, so you're rooting for Horn.
If Horn's a weight bully, so is Spence and fucking Keith Thurman.
Yeah, but I don't think that's how big is Horn compared to Terrence Crawford. I mean, there's not much of a size difference.
They're the same size, I would say.
Yeah. And it's like if Horn doesn't go fight at 135 or 140, and it claims himself to be pound for pound. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's just bullshit.
I find Terrence Crawford more entertaining. It's not about a like thing. So I want Terrence Crawford to win. I want to see him fight Errol Spence. That's what I want to see. I want to see that fight happen.
That fight happens, Errol Spence destroys him.
I think so too.
He kills him.
I think so too.
Damn.
I don't think he'll not without him being hit as well and maybe even hurt. But yeah,
Crawford easy work for Earl. I agree.
I was gonna say something about that hospital thing you mentioned, Matrix. That's bullshit, bro. I mean, there's fights that the guy ends up in a hospital and he's clearly the winner. That has nothing to do with that shit. Oh, everybody dropped.
All right, we'll get back to that. Yeah, go ahead. Keep going.
How many people you know that want to fight in the hospital and the other guy's chilling?
John Jones, Conor McGregor. That's MMA. That's boxing. Boxing.
I'm talking about
Porter went to the hospital after you
getting
your
shit
out
of
of
damage. After getting your face damaged from punches, like what happened to Horn was look at his face.
But that's why he was in the hospital. One round though. It could happen one single round.
I agree. You can refute that because you might, let's say third round, you might beat somebody bad, split them open and everything, but the rest of the fight they whoop you.
Exactly.
Bad that let me ask you something. Who would you rather be? The guy chilling outside?
The guy with the W. The guy with the W. That's what.
No, I'm not asking you that. That's the W is a W. I'm talking about the feeling inside. The man that's in the hospital being treated because he got his face broken, or the guy that's chilling outside. Who would you rather be?
It depends on how you look at it, because sometimes you got to go through hell to really get.
They know depending on how I look at it. If you ever got your face broken, you know you don't want your face broken. That's not.
Would you rather be James DeGale or Badu Jack?
If you could push through that and still win, you know that's
I mean, the girl's pretty ugly, so I'll be Badu.
Way to answer the question there, Boxing Style.
Shakur Stevenson just got the knockout too, by the way.
Over who?
Who do you fight?
Scrub.
Scrub. He said a scrub.
All right. You got to start somewhere.
We got, you know, corruption in boxing is in the chat, and he says, in my humble opinion, Jeff Horn is getting victimized, brutalized, and viciously knocked out. So in other words, he's saying that Terrence Crawford is like Max Hardcore, and Jeff Horn is the female porn star. Is that what you're getting at corruption in boxing?
Man, that's just a bad visual. That's a terrible visual, man.
Wow. We always come back to it.
Was that apology?
Terrence Crawford is gonna be like Rocco Siffredi.
Oh yeah, that's another one. Yeah, what's the other guy? There's another guy named Nacho Vidal. Apparently, he punches women in the face too.
Nacho Vidal.
Nacho Vidal. What type of names are these? Nacho Vidal.
That motherfucker's sick, man. And don't ask me how I know, because I've seen way too many videos of it.
Jeez, at least you're upfront about it. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with watching porn, man. Come on. Well, unless you're spending your whole day watching.
Go watch him take a girl and put her face in the water while he's in a hot tub. He's got her head in the hot tub while he's banging her out.
Like a true gentleman should. That's how
like a true gentleman should treat a
shit.
Treat a lovely
probably
lady.
like that shit as well.
Nice
definitely.
Nice and wet right there.
The reason
like waterboarding, no, like some sort of.
Nah, Gucci, they like that shit.
Oh man.
He's like, "Who's your daddy, bitch? Who's your daddy?"
And then she's
Yeah,
like,
people are saying
"Oh."
people are saying that Shakur Stevenson won, but again, when you get this type of fighters fighting development fights, I'm not all that interested in. I mean, I'll watch the fights afterwards and all that, but live, I got better things to do than watch them live. The reason why I brought up the Jeff Horn, who are you rooting for thing, is because again, Terence Crawford has a mean streak to him, but Jeff Horn has that, like, he has a bit of an attitude ever since he beat Pacquiao. And here's a quote that I found in a message board. Somebody says, "It's the way that Horn and his team are playing up the fact that he beat a faded and unmotivated Pac-Man that really annoys me. Horn was giving a total gift decision in his backyard and now just acts like he just beat the 2008 version of Pac-Man. Crawford will humiliate him, and rightly so. Horn reminds me of Parker and his team, just full of shit." Okay, I don't like the dig at Parker there. I don't think Parker did anything wrong to him, but what do you guys think? I mean, do you think Jeff Horn is sort of like...
Emotional
he goes
prediction.
too far.
Yeah, if I'm Jeff Horn, I'm gonna make it look like I beat 2008 Pacquiao too.
He kind of sounds like Cameron not too long ago.
Why
He
would
always
why would
he always attacks Cameron when he's not here, man.
let's say you're Jeff Horn, man. Why wouldn't you say it with like some pride, like, "Hey, I beat Pacquiao," you know? And use that,
you're right.
and use that bravado, whether people think you want or not.
Let's be real.
Yeah, I mean,
is he any worse than Tony Bellew? Is he any worse than Tony Bellew when he fucking bragged about his one-legged David Hay? I mean,
That's a good point.
Well, no.
That's a good point.
Not really.
I mean-
no, not really. That's different. Tony Bellew was too much.
I beat the boogeyman of the heavyweight division. I beat the
Oh.
boogeyman. Get out of here.
We got Tony Bellew
Oh
in the
my
house.
God.
Slay the
Change.
boogeyman.
he beat the Forrest Gump of the heavyweight division.
The truth.
All right. I'll wait for
We're back. We're back. We're back.
Precise wanted to say something. I want to see what I want to hear what he has to say about the Pacquiao. I mean, not the the Pacquiao win. I think he was going to say something about, but yeah, it's interesting because, like I said, I think Jeff Horn. I don't know. Maybe it's just my impression, but I did see a little bit of an attitude. All right. So Precise, what were you going to say? I'm curious.
No, I was just saying, like, for me, obviously Pacquiao won the fight, and I think a lot of people would agree. But he got the W officially, right? And faded or not, who else beat that Pacquiao? Like, who beat him? You know what I mean?
That's true. Who beat him?
Well, you don't think Errol Spence, Terence Crawford would be bragging? It wouldn't matter how they won. Wouldn't they all be bragging?
Well, that brings up an interesting point, an interesting question that I have for you.
I don't blame.
And before the fight,
That's why I don't
nobody was giving him a chance to win. So, you know,
The thing with Jeff Horn is Jeff Horn don't got no serious power, man. If he had serious power in that weight class, that would be a different story. We won't be talking about Terence Crawford now. We'll be talking about Horn.
What he is, he's a strong dude. That's what he is.
Yeah.
But what kind of power does Terence Crawford have in this division? We don't even know.
Well, yeah, that's also true.
Well, you know, he walks around 175 and fucking shredded. So I'm thinking maybe cutting 7 pounds less. You never know. He might be a stronger puncher. Or at least
Horn need to come in full Sean Porter mode. You know, if push Crawford towards the ropes. If he try to get off, grab him, put him back in that spot, keep beating him up. He got to come out with that.
Is he as strong as Sean Porter?
That's true.
Though? That's the question. The question is he as strong as Sean Porter? You think?
Nah, man.
I don't think so.
The endurance that Porter has, not even close. Not even
See,
close.
the reason why that works for Porter is because he's probably the strongest guy every time he steps in that ring.
Yeah,
that's why it works.
You know.
He'll come with that same type of aggression. Like Porter's not worried about what you throwing. None of that. He's still coming. He got to come with that same type mentality.
But if he's getting counter shot, Trap. If he's getting counter shot by Terence Crawford the whole fight, he's gonna end up getting fucked up that way. I don't think that should just be his number one game plan.
It's gonna be tough. I mean, we seen Porter getting big counter shot by Thurman. I felt he was robbed in that fight.
He's just so strong though.
Yeah,
Porter's
got
like,
good chin.
You know why
Sean
Thurman's
Porter's
not
very
fighting anymore,
awkward.
right? You know why Thurman ain't fighting anymore, right?
Hang on a minute.
You know why? It's because Porter fucked him up, man. Porter took
I
years out of his life. Years out of his life, man. That motherfucker fucked him up.
Who, Paulie?
I kind of believe that, yeah.
No, not Paulie. That's a good guess, though.
That was legit. That was legit boxing style.
Action.
Porter's number 2 in the welterweight division right now. It's Spence, and then it's Porter. That's the main fight, man.
Yeah, I think Porter that's what people. I think people sleeping on Porter. I think he gives Spence a lot of trouble because he's gonna smother a lot of those body shots.
I agree with that, man.
He's gonna push Spence. And Spence can't find the back for it.
I agree with Trap as well.
Yeah, people sleep on Porter, man. The guy, he has good head movement. If he wants to survive, he actually has good footwork. He can move around with the head movement and with the feet. And then when he gets inside of you. Was that
the only guy that might be stronger than him?
Can get hit.
The only guy that might be stronger than him physically, right, might be Errol Spence, and I don't think he is.
No.
Well,
if Errol Spence ain't stronger than him,
like BDA said.
Was that
like BDA said? He's very good. His head movement's good, and his footwork getting inside's quite good. Obviously, he's going to get counted because he's always coming forward. So you're going to get counted when you're pushing the fight. But what I like about Sean Porter is that he's got a very good jab as well. He's got a very good jab, so he can get when he uses the jab to get inside, and that's when he does his best work. The only problem with Sean Porter though, he smothers his work a lot. If he just took half a step back and did his work there, he just does a lot of sloppy work.
What I like about Porter is he times his hooks pretty good. Like when he lets the guy come in, he steps back, he lets him come in, he times that right hook or the left hook, depending on the situation, pretty good.
He was a really good amateur, so he knows how to box. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he used to box at like 60-something. I know he had beat Andrade in the amateurs before, and somebody else. It was at Jacobs. I think he beat those two once.
He beat Andrade. I think he beat Usyk, man.
Whoa.
I think he
beat a lot of time.
What are you talking about, bro?
Cool.
No, I swear to God.
So look up right now.
They did fight.
Really? That you guys are serious?
Yeah, seriously. Sean Porter, two of the videos are out there. I think the Andrade.
I thought I read on his bio that he beat Usyk.
Usyk, like the young Usyk, maybe? Like
like a younger Usyk. Obviously, Usyk that used to fight at middleweight, 165 in the amateur ranks is 165.
I think Sean Porter used to fight middleweight.
I can see that happening. Yeah. It's possible. It's possible.
Porter used to fight middleweight in the amateurs.
Well, fuck, man, you gotta know how to box. You gotta know how to,
Look at now. Nathan Cleverly went from welterweight to cruiserweight.
Yeah.
And another thing, Porter's not going to back up, so Spence could back him up to the ropes and kill his body, and he's not going to stand. And he's not going to stand in the center, so he can just take shots on him. That's not going to happen. He's going to have to fight off the back foot fighting Porter.
So you guys don't think Terence Crawford cleans out 147?
No, not at all. Not at all. I think Crawford gets beat. I think Danny knocks Crawford out.
So you don't have him as a pound for pound fighter then?
No, not at all.
I do.
I don't have him top 10. I think what he did, he beat a depleted 140 division that everybody had already moved up. Is cool. He's the best of the C+ fighters, right? The C fighters we know right now. We're gonna see at 47 what he really is with the B and A level
fighter. Come on, man.
He's a C+ right now.
No, he fought C level.
He's the best of
I've got
C+.
C+
fighter.
He's a C+ right now. I gotta see him at 47.
He's not even a B level fighter.
I'm gonna find out at 47.
You've got to use the eye test, bro. You've got to use the eye test sometimes. Sometimes you can't. You can't look at the resumes.
But
look at the eye test.
I know what you're saying.
No, but come on, bro. I've got this guy pound for pound. That 140 division, you're right. That 140 division was horrible. There was no talent in there. So I agree with you. But you've got to use the eye test as well. And the guy is world-class fighter. There's no doubt.
There is talent.
I don't see it.
There is talent, man.
I mean, he's entitled to his own opinion.
He just didn't fight the talent.
For sure, but.
Yeah, but guys, Trap has a point. You can showcase your talent, right? But the thing is, depends also on what kind of opposition you fight against. If it's constantly smaller guys, it's kind of a shit test.
But I also
Saddam Ali outboxed him.
Saddam
Okay, so
Ali outboxed Terence
here's my
Crawford
question.
in the amateurs.
What you think
All
about
right,
Rashidi Ellis? He's a young guy who hasn't gotten the spotlight yet that I see. Like, okay, I see it. I didn't see that in Crawford. I just don't see it.
Well, here's a question
guy.
that brings up a good question, which is if Terence Crawford looks impressive tonight, or even Jeff Horn for that matter, does that increase your standing for a fighter? Or do you, even if, let's say, Terence Crawford beats the crap out of Jeff Horn, do you still think he has no chance against Errol Spence, or does that maybe change it a little bit?
No, I still think Spence is just at a whole nother level. Spence is not no Jeff Horn.
If he finishes off Terence, if he finishes off Horn in 4 rounds, maybe, yeah. Again, 4 or 5 rounds, so I can say, yeah, maybe he has a serious chance of beating Errol Spence, but that's not going to happen. That's just.
I mean, listen, yeah, we need to back off Spence a bit. I'll rate Spence. Everyone in this chat rates Spence, but we need to back off a little bit. Yes, he has a good win against Kell Brook, a very weight-drained Kell Brook at that, and he was losing the fight at one time. Do you know what I mean? He was getting outboxed to his strength and his work rate. Took over the fight. So Errol Spence is number 1 in the division for me. So I'm not saying he's not a good fighter, but I think we need to back off a little bit because we're talking about this guy like he's an unbeatable monster, and he's not really fought. No, he's got one good win.
I think the Lamont win was big too, but I think he's definitely beatable. I'm not saying he's unbeatable. I think I would like to see Danny catch him with one of those big shots to see if he can really take that big bomb. And I also want to see him against Sean Porter. I think those are his 2 most vulnerable fights. I just don't see
it. He beats Danny at Crawford. Danny can't handle pressure. When you walk Danny down, you know what I mean? He crumbles, and Spencer's just got pressure.
Always in the pocket with Danny.
Errol Spence stops Danny Garcia.
He might stop him, but I do agree with what Trap said.
It ain't might. It's gonna happen. It's gonna stop him. Porter,
I agree though with what Trap said, that if he can, that counter punching ability could make him vulnerable. The one thing that Danny could do, he could counter, man. I mean, you got to give him that.
Everyone that's put it on Danny Garcia, he's felt to pieces. Lamont Peterson put it on him, he felt to pieces. Zab Judah put it on him, he felt to pieces. Do you know what I mean? All right, the guy's.
Lamont outboxed him though. That was a little
put it on him in late rounds.
Who?
Herrera.
Yeah,
he said Herrera.
Herrera. That's what I'm saying. The list goes. I'm not going to name them all. I just named a couple. But
but those are different styles.
Folds under pressure. He folds under pressure. He was getting tagged up by Khan. Let's be real. It's only because Khan's got a terrible chin. He managed to pull it out with a left hook, but he was getting tagged up.
Oh, those Khan whiskers are so sensitive, man.
That's the
problem. Danny more so has trouble if you have good footwork and solid speed. Danny has trouble, but Spence is not. He's coming to walk him down, so he's still going to be vulnerable for that big shot. Now, I think Spence gets the win, but I still want to see him take that big shot, kind of like I want to see his Mayweather Mosley moment. I want to see that, or kind of like how Sean Porter was walking through those big Keith Thurman shots. I want to see could he take it and keep going.
I agree with what you're saying.
Yeah,
go ahead.
He'll take it and shake it off, man. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah, I think Thurman's the hardest fight in that division for Spence.
I disagree. I think Thurman's done. I think Porter's the fight.
I think the main game plan Errol Spence should follow if he fights Danny Garcia is just capitalize on the first rounds, because Danny is a slow starter and Spence has the capability of capitalizing on Danny Garcia's sometimes slow of a footwork in the first half of the fight.
That's a good point there. That's a good point, Pavel. Can we also agree that if, like Stu said, Lamont Peterson put it on Garcia the last 3 rounds, and he had Garcia looking like he'd gone through an audition with Max Hardcore. I don't know imagine if Lamont Peterson did that, what would Spence do? All Spence has to do is keep those hands up, and I think he would be able to, just based on his size, he would be able to block Garcia's shots. Of course, if Garcia catches him, like Trap is saying, we'd love to see what would happen there and how Spence handles the punch. But like somebody in the chat is saying, the Punisher says, Kell Brook is damaged good, so he doesn't want to see Kell Brook against Jared Hurd, because that's what they're talking about in the chat. But Overhand says Thurman is waiting for Spence to move up. Let's pick the Thurman that fought Sean Porter. none of you pick him or give him a chance against the Spence that fought Brook, right?
No, because I thought Sean Porter won that fight.
Yeah.
But I don't think Thurman is the same guy no more. After you get married and you done been over in Nepal meditating somewhere in the mountain, you been away, you done got a surgery, you popping those perks or whatever. And I just don't see. I don't think he's gonna be this same guy. I mean, I just think I think he's legit happy outside the ring. He got the bag from both of those fights. I just think Thurman is a happy guy. He's over the grieving for Benghetti. He has a wife now. He's in Nepal. He's talking about opening a business over there. I just think it's hard to get back in that mode. Even if if you work out every week and you stop working out for a few days, it's hard to get back going in that. So just imagine that mentality. You got to get back at that level.
Thurman sitting at home fucking playing ZZ Top tunes on his guitar. Guy, he's gone off the rails a little bit. He has. I mean, he's fucking walking around like Harry Krishna, like I said before. Not really looking to fight anyone. It's a shame because the guy's a talent. But what Trap said, he's gone to Nepal and he's into all this spiritual shit. And he's gone a bit of a weirdo for me. So I'd like to see Thurman back in the ring.
He's going to retire, man.
He's gone, bro.
He's going to retire. Just wait and see. The announcement's going to be made within a year or something.
I think the next
can't do it anymore.
The next threat at 47 is Rashidi Ellis. He's going to be a problem for a lot of people in the years. Rashidi Ellis. Look him up.
Can he punch
this guy?
He's like 19. He's like 19 and 0 right now.
Josh Kelly's going to be.
Yeah, Rashidi Ellis. He's 19 and 0 right now. Solid speed, power.
Rashidi, like that. Rashidi.
Yeah, Rashidiellis. Rashidi Ellis.
Sounds like the name of the guy who delivered my Indian food the other day. But look, we'll keep an eye on the guy because it does sound interesting. I mean, 19, that's almost like Shakur Stevenson, right? Like Shakur is only, what, 20, 21? So it's a little too early. Nicole Davis.
He's not 19. He's 19 and 0. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. That's... Okay, then that's different. I mean, if he's 19 and 0.
Josh Kelly's another one at 147 to watch. I mean, this guy looks a super talent. All right, he needs to step up, the levels before we start putting him in with Spence and Thurman and Porter. But this guy looks like he can be the goods. So we're gonna have to wait and see it.
There's another 147-pounder. I think he's from Lithuania. He got a really long name, so I can't pronounce it.
I know an undefeated light heavyweight that's pretty good too.
Who's that?
I'm talking about Andrew Ward. I'm talking about Andrew Ward. I'm pulling a lot Max Kellerman.
Is this Max Kellerman?
Yeah, that's.
Come on, man.
Come on. Can we just leave him alone for a day?
Andre fucking Ward.
No, we can't, man.
I like to call him
the son of God, the son of Jesus. Don't disrespect.
I like to call him Coward. Coward, not Word. Coward.
Oh, what a big man you are.
That's CEO.
Hey, let's be real. I don't like Andre Ward, but he's not a coward.
He is a coward, man. He is a coward.
Don't say but. Don't say but.
No, he's just got a horrible fighting style.
Okay.
If he wasn't a coward, he would have fought Adonis afterwards. He's a coward, man. Trust me.
He fought Kovalev twice. Kovalev would beat.
He didn't want to fight Kovalev twice.
Because he staged the whole thing. First off, if he didn't get it staged, he would have never get in the ring with him in the first place. It's not real, bro. Like he was talking about retirement before the second fight even started.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
He's a coward. That won't change anything.
Andre Ward is a great fighter. He'll break your nuts. Come on now.
I know. Okay, yes,
that's the nutcracker.
He'll take your nuts away. So you know talk all that stuff boxing style. He'll break your balls.
You know my opinion of Ward, man. You know my opinion.
He first got to get on his knees before he do that.
How can you rate a guy? How can you rate a guy who throws 5 accidental headbutts in one fight? Come on, guys.
I'm not rating him. The difference between rating a guy and saying he's a coward is different. There's a difference. I said he's not a coward. I didn't say
he's not a coward because he fought Kovalev twice. That's what you're saying. No? Are you saying he's not a coward because he fought Kovalev?
He's fought Froch and Kessler as well. All right, everything was on his side. The whole tournament was set up for him. I'm not saying that he's definitely a sport fighter that's had everything go his way, and he's a horrible fighter to watch. But that's different between being a poor fighter and a coward sort of thing. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, like the professional fighter at that level, like I mean, he won't be a coward, right? He gets in the ring and he gets the job done, right? But in what fashion? In horrible fashion.
Yeah, but I
if
agree
you only
with
play
that.
in Oakland, you're a coward. No?
I'm not calling him a complete coward. I'm just calling him a coward in an elite way. You know, like as a boxer, as a top.
Can we just go? What
That's what I'm gonna call him, a coward.
Can we all just go back to that?
Besides, Andre Ward is still growing.
Yes, he is.
I mean,
I can wait. We should AJ, man, and punch nut punches him to the TKO, man.
That's how he fights AJ. He's gonna be 6'4".
That'll be the shit right there. 8,000 people watching fucking War just nut shot fucking Joshua. I mean, can you imagine? We've got 80,000 people in this fucking stadium, and then they're just
I'll
watching
pay to watch that shit, man. I'll pay to watch
nut shotting each other.
I want to see. I want to see what Hatman has to say after that happens.
There'll be a riot.
I have a feeling. I have a feeling Andre Ward would beat Joseph Anthony Joshua and Deontay.
Every single fucking podcast we talk about Andre Ward. Come on, guys.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Because he's pound for pound number one, bro.
Listen,
That's
legend, undefeated legend. Come on.
Yeah.
We talk about the GOAT.
Oh, Jesus.
I mean, that's just according to Max Kellerman. I mean,
he is the GOAT. The actual GOAT.
Yeah, fucking headbutts like a Billy Goat.
Yes.
He's the owl. He's like a Illuminati fucking demon.
That's veteran tactics. You guys don't.
Yeah.
He's the most well-rounded fighter of all time.
That's slick.
You know, I thought Ward was the most dirtiest fighter, but when I saw Salido, man, I was like, nah, man.
No, I think Ward's worse.
No.
The thing is,
Salido's on a whole different level, man.
But this guy has no technique, or little technique. So you can Salido, he's not very technical, but Ward, he knows what the fuck he's doing, though.
Dude, have you seen that elbow he landed on Pacquiao Beaker? Like, that could have crossed this goal.
He should have been charged for attempted murder with that.
Yeah, he did. He should have.
Battery.
Dude, he with all his might, everything.
He was so blatant.
Hey, how many times? Oh, fuck me. Everyone's cut off again.
The only thing that amazed me about Ward, he landed a knee in a fight. That's the most spectacular thing.
How many times have we seen, though? How many times have we seen lately in fights? People flying in with their heads and causing bad cuts. Most fights I've seen lately, someone's been cut badly from a head. I mean, it's happening too much, basically.
They gotta change it up. They gotta put helmets on.
Andre Ward used to come from low and just launch his whole fucking body weight into your face with his head. So yeah, very dangerous what he did. But I've seen a lot.
He still does it. He did it against Kovalev. He just knew how to defend against that shit. But he was doing it all night against him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's when he said, second fight, I'm going for the balls.
Yeah. They ruined fights, when you get these cuts early
I got your head down, motherfucker.
He made an adjustment, guys. Come on, man. Give him credit for that.
I like the bull tactics of Salido, though. Like, he goes with his head and he just goes straight to the fucking balls. He just the Salido style, bro. Like, it's one of a kind.
From one head
head first and then the balls. Head and the balls at the same time. I've never seen Ward do that shit. That's like one of a kind. Salido technician right there.
It ruins fights, though. At the end of the day, if you get a cut in the first or second round, it affects
boxing style.
This guy, man. When a fight is cut early on, it affects his game plan, it affects his vision, and it ruins the fight. So I'd like to see something done about these fucking headbutts. Say 2 points off for a bad headbutt.
The thing is, we joke about it, but these headbutts, man, they don't fuck around. Like, they fucking destroy people's careers. I mean, Mikael Kessler has never been the same. His vision has not been the same since his vision is still damaged. We joke about it, but it's horrible. It's awful. He's crippling people.
Man, you get hit with a fucking especially when you're in a boxing fight, you're not thinking you're gonna get headbutt, right?
Yeah.
Even though you know it can happen, but you're not thinking somebody's gonna actually use it as a fucking weapon. You know, those headbutts could fuck you up. I always remember when Salido headbutted Mikey Garcia, and his brother Robert saw how his nose was twisted. He looked and he said, I picked up on it. He said, "Pinche pilero." He was. I don't know what pilero means exactly, but it's like a nasty word. He knew that fucking Salido did that shit purposely.
All right. By the way, sorry. Sorry to cut you off, but Pop Tart. Sorry to cut you off, but Pop Tart Gun in the chat room says Andrew Ward is the Paulson nightclub champion. Where does he get this fucking bullshit? Oh, Andrew Ward gets no respect. Come on, what's wrong with you guys? And by the way, I'm in Boxing Style's house right now, so you might be hearing some of the same sound effects that you hear in the background there. So if you hear the highway in the background, just let me know. All right.
What the fuck you doing in my house, bro?
Trying to get that good cereal.
Was that? Well, yeah, I'm trying to get that cereal.
I got that shit in a safety lock, bro. You don't even know the codes.
I'm in the closet right now.
Oh, you are? You stay in that closet. I'm coming after you.
Sorry, but
stay away from the toilet. The amount of time he spends on that.
Oh, you motherfuckers! All right. Speaking about, because I just want to get back to the fucking horn thing. I don't know about you guys. I'm intrigued about this fight. And here's the thing. What's that? Who said her?
That was the 101 freeway, bro.
BDA is in NASCAR, and he fuck's sake, what?
I told you, I'm at Boxing Style's house.
Hey, that's Boxing Style, man.
No, man, I cut my mic, so it's not me.
I told you, I'm at Boxing Style's house. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that, guys. It's just I'm at Boxing Style's house, man.
Burning out there? What the fuck?
That was my chick in the closet.
All right, sorry about that. That's enough. That's enough.
Good lord.
All right.
Good lord.
Yeah, good lord. did the car crash your house or something?
Damn.
All right, here's my question.
None of you dialed 911. None of you.
Here's a question for you guys. Let's say Jeff Horn wins and he's allowed to do whatever he's got to do in there. Same as he did against Pacquiao. Do you still give him a little bit of credit? Seeing as how, it takes more than just being dirty to win a fight. It also takes skills mixed with those dirty tactics. So would you give Horn credit, or do you go, Terence Crawford, who cares?
I give him credit. Because
all right, there you go.
Some way I give Andre Ward a little bit of credit for fucking, pulling off this cheating, but he's persistent, you know what I'm saying? So if he could do it, even though I hate that part of boxing, but if he wins and he wins dirty, yeah, I'm gonna give him some credit.
There you go.
If Horn is dirty and gets away with it, I give him credit, because let me tell you, he won't be able to do what he did in Australia, man.
I don't think so either.
There's no way he can do it. No way.
Go on, bro.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, Stu, that even though, Horn might pull it off with those dirty fucking tactics, it's just when you look at the dirty fighter, you never give him that much of a credit by default as you give credit to a fighter that fights clean like Golovkin. Guys, come on.
All the Andre Ward fans will give him tons of credit, though. So
yeah,
you can count on those guys. You can count on those guys to be consistent.
Why do we got to go back to Andre Ward?
Wait, they got to give him credit.
Hustling.
They got to give credit to Horn if he wins that way. I want to see the Andre Ward.
No, he's white. He's white, so no.
They won't. They'll say he robbed a brother.
Even though Ward's white as well.
Cracker.
Exactly.
Anyone that has a win over Crawford and Pacquiao, you got to give them credit. It's just going to be tough for him tonight. Everything's going to be on Crawford's side. Like I said, is mentioning the scales being out. That wouldn't surprise me, because like Precise said, I think most of the fighters were stripping down on that on them scales. So them scales might be out a little bit. So just little things like that, making him wear different gloves. It's just it's all against him. Let's just say that. But if he pulls it off, yeah, he's going to get loads of credit.
The crazy thing is, how the fuck is this fight happening in USA instead of happening in Australia? Like, I mean, Horn's fans, majority, I'm pretty sure, is in Australia, and Crawford don't have much fans in the USA. So how does that even happen? Like the money they're going to generate.
You think Bob's going to let Terrence go to Australia?
I know,
after he saw what they did to Manny Pacquiao, you think he's going to let Crawford go?
I know. I think this is the reason why he pulled off that injury shit. Like they're trying to promote the fight, you know.
And also, this is something that I brought up before to BDA. Don't think that Terrence Crawford doesn't have anything to do with this. They know Crawford cannot deal with that. They know that. You know what I'm saying? They know that that's a different type. Under the same situation, the same circumstances, you think Crawford would win? That Manny Pacquiao was in Australia?
Hell no.
I don't think he would win. Yeah.
And you know what? That brings up the good point, that because I was rewatching the Terrence Crawford Beltran fight, which I think is possibly his top 3 wins. I mean, it's either Postol, Beltran, and if you want to go with Gamboa, Edgar Cruz just subscribed. Shout out to Edgar Cruz. So yeah, I think the Beltran fight, I rewatched it and I was impressed by Crawford's ability to keep Beltran turning. I was impressed by Crawford's jab. But here's one thing that I really noted was that he couldn't fight Beltran on the inside. Now, of course, why would you want to fight Beltran on the inside? The guy's a pretty decent fighter on the inside, but all Horn was doing was clinching. I never really saw him. There were some instances where he tried to shoe shine on the inside, but that was it. So I'm wondering, if Horn gets on the inside and he's a stronger guy, can he handle Jeff Horn's inside game, or can't he, or does he have an inability to fight on the inside? Crawford, that is.
No, I don't think that's his. I don't think that's Crawford's that suit, or I don't think he can even make it, you know, respectable. That's just not a part of his game, the inside. You know?
Posto out him on the inside.
Sorry about that. Cal Scythark.
This is my jam.
Yeah.
Is it Jeff Horn's theme when he walks into the ring?
Cal says, Cal just donated £5 to the super chat. Shout out to Cal. And he says, Max Kellerman says, I know a certain light heavyweight that's good at cracking nuts. Yeah, that's what it's going to come back down to all the time with Max Kellerman. You know, nobody beats Andrew Ward.
He's not light heavyweight anymore. He's a cruiserweight now. So.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Oh, that girl's so hot. Yeah, I know somebody else that's so hot in this.
Like he licks his lips.
I wonder if Ward would look at him and be like, yo, chill out, man. What the fuck is going on?
I actually think Andrew Ward likes it.
Not in front of the camera, darling.
Max be puckering his lips and shit.
Kellerman's gonna get fired for sexual harassment.
Hashtag me too, yeah.
He wants to watch. Did you guys hear that videotape, that audio tape that Andrew Ward had to give to the HBO executives, where Max Kellerman's like, just come into my hotel room real quick, and Andrew was like, nah, I'm uncomfortable. He's like, come on, just really quick, you just gotta watch me shower and give me a back rub. That's all you gotta do. It's like, it was disgusting, man.
That fucking faggot, Jesus.
Fuck? I'm kidding. Yeah, I'm kidding. It's about Harvey. I'm making fun of the Harvey Weinstein situation. Wait, recognize. What are you doing? Are you doing
Kellerman reminds me of Ellie Setback.
All right, now where's this going? Yeah, no, seriously, where's this going?
Sniffing off the balls of fighters. To the center. Hello champ, like, oh, fucking get out.
I'm not gonna let you disrespect
Kellerman reminds me of a certain type of people in New York. I'll just leave it at that.
Oh, now wait a minute. Do you want us to get shut down?
Max Kellerman's a white coon, man. That's what he is. All right, let's leave it at that. We know what he is.
You're gonna get us shut down, man. You're gonna get us shut down.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Me too.
Yeah, that's right. Like, it sounds like somebody's been reading too much of. What the hell was that laugh, man?
He's been doing it this entire time.
I don't know if you guys pick up on Pavel. He has like these alter egos. They come out once in a while.
I get the feeling Pavel spends too much time on the 4chan and all that.
Dark web.
What?
Yeah. Jesus Christ. What the fuck is that?
Sabrina, don't.
Pablo reminds me of that multiple personality movie. Remember that came out not too long ago? The guy that changed multiple personalities and shit.
Oh, yeah.
23 of them.
Yeah, like 23 personalities. One of them is a chick.
No kidding.
Jesus Christ, great.
What the fuck is going on? Overhand says. All right, please.
Hey,
Overhand says Pavel is creeping me out.
He's saying, I told you Pavel is the human centipede doctor.
What?
Pavel is the human centipede doctor.
Is this confirmed? Pavel, is this true?
Chris is in the house. All right, would you fucker stop it? We got a cat. We got a guy with split personality. All right, please stop that shit.
It's the animal planet.
We've been on this podcast for too long, I think.
Yeah, I think we're going nuts.
Too much sugar in my brain right now.
Oh, it's cereal, bro. Cereal.
I just ate a Hershey, one of those Hershey Kit Kats, whatever the fuck they are.
If you didn't have marshmallows with it, then sucks to be you.
Recognize, weren't you?
I'm just watching Dallas Paris fight at the moment.
Oh, how's that going?
It's a nice little fight, yeah.
I told you guys.
Who's fighting right now? I'm at work, like always. Who's fighting right now?
Dallas Perez. Dallas Shamp, I think his name is.
By the way, I'm still creeped out by all the fucking laughter that was going on in here. But
it's like the Animal Planet, man.
Yeah, it was the Animal Planet, man. By the way, this recent 258 why I don't watch television, everything's reality shows. You remember when Animal Planet actually showed documentaries? Now it's all reality shows about a guy that has to take his dog to the vet because he's got the cough or something. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Dude,
you
it's
can't
like
watch.
Everything is a reality. Even like the stars. Right? Like, what the fuck do I care about some NBA star and his girlfriend? Like, fuck you. I just want to see you play basketball. That's it. I don't care about what you do when the camera's on them. And
people don't have lives.
I had a hard time today. I had a hard time counting my money,
Well, it is hard.
That TMZ is awful for that, isn't it? Just following stars around with this clickbait type corny shit. Do you know what I mean? Guess what Conor McGregor just said?
It's true, man.
Who cares what Conor McGregor said?
It's true, fuck. Stu, could you be able to do that?
I do. No, I'm fine. I don't. Oh, shit.
Say again, bro.
Stu, if you were, let's say you were down on your luck or whatever, and somebody says, "Hey, listen, I work over at TMZ. I got a job for you. You gotta go up to celebrities and ask them questions. Stick a camera into their faces and ask questions." Could you be able to do that? Could you be able to sleep at night or?
Nah, cause it's not in me to fucking just be an annoying little prick.
Come on.
I mean, I've got better things to do in my life than sit outside a fucking hotel waiting for curtains to open. Do you know what I mean? Nah, man.
I would do it.
Hey, Kanye, do you eat Kim Kardashian's ass?
I would do it. I think
Cameron's the one who's asking that question.
Yeah, I'll say that.
Kanye's got the curse of the Kardashians. Every man that goes into their life, they ruin. They take his soul, his spirit, his fucking mind. I mean, look what they did. Look what they did to Bruce Jenner.
They take your gender. They take everything.
And they're starting to look like trannies.
Hey, let's be real. Bruce was a gold medalist at triathlon, wasn't he, or something like that.
Was.
This was an alpha male. Look what they turned him into. He's walking around with high heels.
Look at his family, man.
Stu, look. This guy has 6 kids. 6.
Yeah.
6 biological kids of his own.
I know.
And he won gold medalists. He's won gold medals, and now the guy's fucking Caitlyn Jenner.
I've heard the saying, if you can't beat them, join them, but not on that.
Hell no.
Stu,
look what Chloe's girlfriend, boyfriend. Look what she did.
All right, this show is becoming exactly what we're talking about. We're fucking gossiping here like a bunch of schoolgirls. Like, did you see what Kardashian was wearing?
He always looked like a girl to me, man. Bruce always looked like a chick. Yeah, that chick feminism look, bro. I don't know.
I was just stating what they did to the men. Look at Rob. I mean, Rob. I mean, the guys are the fucking depressive.
He's a fat fuck. He's a fat, depressed fuck right now. Like he's the worst out of all of them.
Who's Lamar? The worst? Look what they did to Lamar. Is that his name?
Yeah, Lamar Odom.
Yeah.
I haven't heard from him since.
I mean, they turned him.
Exactly.
Wait. Apology. Is he still like in a coma or whatever the fuck it was that happened to him?
I don't keep track anymore. Last time I heard he was.
Well, I hope he's still like this coma. That'd be like fucking Steven Seagal coma, wouldn't it?
I think it's better for him to be in a coma than go back to the coma.
I mean, let's be real, man. I mean, he was a right soppy bollocks, weren't he? They turned him into a right wuss.
Yeah, they did.
After Lamar wakes up of 7 years of coma, he becomes a badass.
That's dude, think about it. Lamar Odom went to a whorehouse and came out in a coma. Like, what kind of whorehouse was that? What the fuck is going on?
The Kim Kardashian type.
Now Travis Scott is next.
Wait, by the way,
the rapper Travis Scott, is that his name?
Oh, I think I heard of that kid. Yeah, Travis Scott.
Yeah, he got Kendall pregnant. One of the sisters pregnant.
By the way, sorry, but the Punisher is.
How many sisters do they have? God damn.
The Punisher is saying a Kardashian dump would bring John Gonzalez to heaven. Yeah, that would be heaven on earth for fucking Gonzalez. I mean, John Gonzalez. By the way, if anybody, if there was a boxer out there that you would like to see a reality show centered around, who would it be? It doesn't even have to be the most famous one. It just has to be the most entertaining one. Who? Margarito? Yeah.
Show?
Yeah, reality show around the boxer.
Like to get good laughs.
Tyson Fury.
Adrian, that's one. That's one.
I just gotta throw that out there right now.
Yeah, Tyson Fury's like, yeah, that's
on the road having adventures.
Hey, can you imagine a Big Brother house with Deontay Wilder, Fury in it?
Oh,
Joshua.
You know what I could imagine would be pretty fun too to watch would be this kid. What the fuck, Billy Joe Saunders.
Yeah, him.
Oh yeah.
Because he talks about like being a sex addict, so it should be.
Yeah, man, that'd be the shit. I was thinking of that. Before you thought of it. I was like, should I say Billy Joe Saunders?
The life and story of Tekashi 6ix9ine. That's what I want to see.
Oh fuck yeah, definitely. So that kid is funny, man. I can't lie. I go on his Instagram just to watch.
Yeah, same.
I feel like a degenerate watching it. Don't get me wrong, but it's just like
recognize. There's one video we try to do a math equation, and he's sitting there for ages trying to figure it out.
Fuck up. That guy, he's everything that is wrong with society today.
Yeah, I agree.
It's the current year, guys. Come on, it's the 21st century. Go with the program.
But you know what I get amazed by the Tekashi 6ix9ine situation is how many older men that are basically talking about the same shit as him hate his ass. I mean, they just hate this kid with a passion.
Well, he's not a likable guy. Let's be real, is he?
Yeah, but they behave just like him. But
yeah, I suppose.
By the way, Chris Gonzalez says, I want to see a reality show on BDA's secret cross-dressing life. It's not a secret. What are you talking about? It's a fucking secret. It's out there, man. Come on.
I'll be tuning in.
Go.
By the way, Tekashi Pop-Tart says Tekashi 69 is X's 100%'s mother. 100% X's mother.
Well, X is out there telling people that that's my son. That fucking piece of shit.
What's up with these kids now? Like Tekashi, they're all like tattooed. Their faces are tattooed. Their hair is like pink and red and shit. Like,
I don't fucking.
But Bucho,
I never even noticed.
Single mother.
He's being Bucho. He's being attacked by people who do the same thing. They paint their face. They sing just like him. It's weird. He's 21 or 22. He's like 21. He's got 35-year-old man telling him, if I catch you in my town, I'm going to kill you. That's it. They're doing this all on video, where I've never seen this before. Like, people actually making death threats on video and not getting arrested. Like, when I see you come to my hometown, I'm going to murder you. I'm going to hang you.
That's phony as gangster shit.
I blame all this. I blame all this on Tupac. He started all this gay shit.
I blame all this on the Jews. Kill all Jews.
Oh.
Hey, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. Just to let the YouTube world know.
Did Apology just say what I think he said? Is that what, did I get that right?
4 times.
Apology, man. What the hell's the matter, man? You want to get a shot? By the way, I got a disclaimer, like Pavel said in the beginning of the show. The views expressed by the panelists on this show do not reflect the views of the BDA organization, King Butchon, or myself. All right, please. Let's just go with that. Apology, man. I don't know what's wrong with you. What are we gonna do with you? Your grades are down. You're not taking part in your extracurricular activities anymore. Your attitude overall is just your attitude.
I think this is prime time to say we lost respect for Apology.
Yes.
I'm sorry, guys. Well. I don't know what came over me. I think
there's a moment of weakness.
I think you got a split personality going there, like the movie we're talking about, Split.
Like Pavel?
Like Pavel.
Yeah,
well, actually...
What's up, guys?
That was a good movie, though. That was a good movie.
And by the way, for anybody that's asking for streams out there, because people want to know that if you don't have ESPN Plus, can you still catch a stream? As far as I know, Box Nation is going to be distributing the fight over on the British side, so I'm pretty sure you're going to be able to catch the fight if you can somehow get your hands around a
You could get a free trial to ESPN Plus.
There you go.
That's what I have.
Do you have to be American to get that?
Yeah, I
like
think so.
in the US?
No, I got a good stream channel. GoatD.net.
Who?
Goat, as in like the goat, and then D as in DEE. .net.
Is that a gay porn site? Are you sending people? I don't know. I don't know with Boxing Style anymore. I don't know if he's skating or if he's actually.
You don't see fucking boxing. You don't see Boxing Style on one side.
That would be hilarious if it was like a gay site that just sent you to
It's not even gay site, just you doing shit around your house.
No, man, fuck that shit.
Like fucking Boxing Style dancing naked.
Boxing Style fucking next to a highway. That's where he gets his rocks off.
For real though, that's a real site though. It's a real site, no joke.
All right.
I
trust you.
Boxing Style riding a motorcycle naked and shit.
What have we become?
Oh god.
This show went off the rails a long time ago, an hour ago.
Yeah.
By the way, Trout and Charlo, they're fighting on Showtime, right?
Yeah.
All right. Just wanted to double check.
Now, that's that fight. I mean, let me tell you something. We haven't even spoken about Santa Cruz versus Maris too.
Oh, that's right, man.
I don't think anybody cares about it.
But I mean, do anybody give Maris a chance?
Does anybody care about the fight? I mean, does the fight matter?
Yeah, it's a better fight than Trout Charlo, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's true.
About that?
I mean, the fight's not significant. It hasn't been. I mean, I think Mars only fought like twice in 3 years or something like that.
When was the last time? When was the first fight between Mars and
2015, I think.
2015, that's right. Yeah.
And Mars only fought like twice since then. So.
What was the reason for a fucking rematch? I mean,
this thing. No one was actually calling for that fight. No one was calling for that fight.
Nobody's calling for that fight.
No, that's the thing. That's why nobody cares. But the only thing is that it's a better fight than Horn Crawford, maybe.
I want to see Leo Santa Cruz against Oscar Valdez or fucking.
Yeah, it is.
Oscar Valdez is a
Russell. I mean, I know
bitch, dude.
Goat versus
Trout
is going to be a phenomenal fight. It's going to be good. It's going to be a competitive fight. I believe that. I mean, my bad. Did I say Goat versus Trout? I meant
Goat.
Yeah, I was thinking, what the hell is he talking about now?
He's thinking about his website where he performs at.
Charlo's the next Goat.
I was like, what the hell am I saying?
Who did you mean then? You said Gary Russell Jr. versus who?
No, not Gary Russell, man.
No, I'm saying I would like to see Gary Russell against fucking Santa Cruz. I think Santa Cruz would beat him.
Yeah, I think Gary Russell Jr. What was that?
I said when do you want to see Gary Russell in what, 2021?
Yeah, exactly.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
I think it would be a close fight.
Which fight? Russell versus Santa Cruz?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
And by the way, how old?
I got BDA.
No, you go ahead.
No, I was gonna say that I think Santa Cruz would win the fight.
I agree.
I think that's a very good fight. Santa Cruz, I'd like to see him fight one of the top guys. I mean, like I said, I was calling for Abner Mares at all. He promised Frampton a rematch in Belfast. He didn't take that. He needs to step up for me. It looks like he's one of the best in the division. I'm not saying he ain't, but he gets away with fighting these fucking average opponents. I'm not saying that Mares is average, but it's just not a fight that I'm really looking forward to. But I still think it's a better fight than Charlo Trout, because that's one fight I just don't care for at all. I mean, like I said, Trout's had plenty of opportunities and he's fouled miserably in most of them. So I don't really want to see that one either. But I don't know, man. I'd have liked to see Santa Cruz be, like I said, Russell or someone like Valdez. Much prefer to see that than Abner Mares.
He says that now, and then midnight he's watching it.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, I'm a boxing fan, innit? I'm a boxing fan. Of course I want to watch it. It don't mean I was calling for the fight or I really want to see it.
No, that's going to be good, man. It's going to be good, trust.
I'm like that too, man. When there'll be a fight that's on that I really don't care about, I end up watching.
I don't know. I would rather see Santa Cruz versus Russell Jr. because for me, Oscar Valdez has questionable stamina, and I don't know how he would hold himself in the later rounds.
That fight ends like Margarito Cotto won.
Yeah.
I think Santa Cruz will stop Valdez.
I don't know. Look at what happened when Santa Cruz came forward against Frampton, though. It wasn't that good, man. It was when he was on the back foot that he fucking... Oh, what the fuck was that?
Sorry about that, guys. I told you, I'm at Boxing Style's house. I'm at Boxing Style's house, I told you.
The fuck?
I'm told you, I'm at Boxing Style's house.
You have a burglar in your house.
I think Boxing Style just walked in his house, wasn't it?
Boxing Style just fell on the ground, thinking that he's not talking.
BDA was in there, and he Boxing Style walked in, and BDA had to pull the trigger.
I can't reach my lifeline.
All right, so carry on.
BDA just killed Boxing Style.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to have guns in Canada, BDA. You know that.
That's right. No, I know that for a fact. And yet people... Was that? All right, sorry about that. I don't know what's going on in the background, but I'm getting a lot of fucking sound effects here. Sorry about that.
Just mute the fucking button, man.
I'm trying, but I can't. Sorry.
That was a drive-by that went wrong.
Yeah, that was a drive. That was 100% X. I'm with 100% X in the car. That's why. Ah, shit. Sorry about that. All right, that's enough. What's going on here? This show went off the rails, literally and figuratively. All right, I don't like this. You motherfuckers need to step it up. All right, now Apology Man is in the. Now Apology.
Apology's having a fight. That's a fight.
Yes. Apology's having a. He's struggling with something.
Apology just got jumped.
The PC
killed him.
Apology just got jumped by the Jews. They heard what he said.
Guys, look at the numbers on the stream, man. Ever since this thing went off the rails, they've been going up. The Jews have been tuning in.
Oh shit.
Damn, oh boy, we're gonna get shut down.
Fuck, we're on next.
I have to fight them off. I'm good now. I'm good now.
What the fuck's going on?
Oh, geez.
Okay, apology.
Why are you breathing?
I'm off, man. I'm good now.
Yeah, remember, I take half of the donations. Half.
Yes, that's right. You work on commission. That's why.
Yes. It's talent. I bring this.
I know somebody else that brings talent to this podcast.
Is that Andre Ward?
Oh, maybe. But yeah, I don't know. Listen, I don't know. Weird shit is going on nowadays, and because what? All right, could you stop that, man, please? Butcher, is that
Somebody
you?
shoot that shit.
Butcher, is that? Fucking A.
It's a fucking seal.
Yeah, thanks for that. I didn't know that. I thought it was a penguin. This show, listen, for anybody that's just tuning into this for the first time, this isn't usually how the fucking stream goes, all right? We're actually pretty organized for the most part. We're not here just, trying to trick you or waste your time. This isn't the Animal Planet or a sound effects channel, you know what I mean? So, that's just a...
BDA, Ed just said that was him beating Apology's ass.
Oh yeah, Apology, are you there, by the way? Are you alright?
No, man, I have to fire off X and 6Gs at the same time.
Did they touch you inappropriately?
Yeah, man. Not for the first time. Wait, what?
By the way, it's okay if you enjoyed it. Alright? Nobody's gonna hold it against you.
No comment.
Alright.
Apologized X. That's what happened.
Oh yeah, and please, can I? That's another good point. Could people that have never heard this podcast before, could you please stop asking for links to the fight? We're not gonna show the fight here. Come on, you can't watch fights on YouTube.
If we show the fight, you're gonna shut the channel down. Like these people are ridiculous, man. Like, we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna show Deadpool 2 as well. What the fuck? I mean, come on.
I arguing with them in the chat.
I just told him the site. It's called GoT.net, man.
Yeah, I remember that one time. It was there was like an Inoue fight or some shit. Everybody, there were all these Japanese dudes asking for the fight.
Yeah, I remember that one. By the way, shout out.
Japanese dudes in the chat asking for the fight. Like, show fighting, motherfucker. Like, what?
My internet's that bad. If I watch a stream, that's why I have to pay for boxing. If I watch a stream, like when it's in the 11th round and I'm still in the first round watching my stream where it's paused so fucking many times. Do you know what I mean? I just can't do it, man. I have to watch boxing with a big screen and see what I'm watching. Them streams, man, they let you down.
By the way, I got to give a shout out to
these two guys fighting that I don't even know.
Hold on, I just got to give a shout out real quick to Brandon Whyte, who donated $5. Excuse me, just Brandon Whyte, who donated $5 to the super chat, and he says, "Here's to the boxing style sound bites. Come on, guys. BDA and Bucho need more support. Stu versus Lopez next, please." Yeah, that's the thing. Some people are asking for more live debates here. I gotta tell you, as a moderator, I got a lot of work to do. Yeah, what happened?
Wait, hold on. Can you mute your mic? Because we hear like a bit of background noise.
Oh shit! Sorry.
You jerking off there, man?
Right, why is it always be?
I got it. Go ahead.
It always goes back to. It always goes back to the fucking jerking off, right? Listen. Enough sound effects, please.
Man, you want to say?
Yeah, I was gonna say that people are asking me for more debates. They're asking us for more debates,
Sorry,
right?
I was packing up some packages.
All right.
I hear sex doll. Sex doll.
Hey! Let BDA talk. All right, mute your mic, everybody.
Now hold on a second here. Precise. I'm not here to denigrate anybody. All right, who's jerking off? Come on.
What the fuck is that?
What the fuck is that sound?
Jesus Christ.
It's annoying as fuck.
Real gobshite in this house.
That's camera
control because BDA is drunk.
Somebody's ass.
Precise tells everybody to mute their mics for BDA to talk, and it's like a seal coming out of there. So.
All right, what we're gonna say? Oh, yeah, okay. So people are asking
somebody
for more...
just blow a seal? What's going on over there?
Listen, people
that's Cameron smoochy lips on somebody's ass. That's
oh man,
he's not even here to defend himself.
Jesus Christ!
You're the one that keeps attacking. Listen, people.
The sound effects, man.
All right, do we even talk about the debates? I don't think anybody cares really.
I do.
Yeah, there we go.
I'd rather talk about debates than hear squeaky noises.
Yeah. All right. So Precise, what do you want to say?
You suck at moderating, PDA. But I already told you that.
I admitted that.
No, I mean, you know, it's understandable. You're like a nice guy. You want people to get along until they don't.
That's right.
But I think if we're gonna have debates, I would like to try moderating. I think I would make a good moderator because I'm a lot more tyrannical than you. You're too easygoing.
Well, precise. Guess what? BDA and I were talking about this, and we said that we needed them. We said like we're gonna ask people if they want to moderate. So if you want to be the next moderator, then
a neutral party.
You can moderate me, Hamid.
Precise is like Kim Jong Il.
Yep.
I'll gladly do. I'll gladly do that. I mean, he won't agree. He won't agree because he'll say, "I'll just." But
all racist. That's what
I've agreed. I've agreed to debate Hamid. He wanted it. Yeah. I've agreed to take the challenge on. Obviously, it's going to be at the BDA. Where else it's going to be? Hamid's channel. And 2 people watching. So we're going to have it at the BDA. You can be.
One thing I wanted to say. Moderator, go ahead, Bucho.
Go ahead, Precise. Go ahead. After I'm going to.
All I wanted. Well, not all. I have a lot to say, but one thing I wanted to say is that a lot of people don't seem to know the difference between discussing your opinion versus actually debating logic. You know, when I told oh boy that like I respect your opinion, I don't know if it threw him for a loop or something, but like he seemed to have lost it and was just repeating the same shit over and over. Look, I didn't have a problem with this opinion. He had a problem with my opinion, and he said I was inconsistent. So it seemed like a lot of you guys on the panel and people in the chat room wanted us to go back and forth about who's better, Vanes or McDonald. But that's not really a debate. That's just you expressing your opinion, and I'm expressing my opinion. Like that's not really a debate. I don't know. You can't debate opinion. You can only debate logic and maybe facts. But even you can't even debate facts because facts are not debatable. So.
You mean opinions are non-debatable? I mean, no, yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, facts are non-debatable. Yeah, you can't debate with the facts if they're there. That's true. Oh, okay. I'll wait for everybody to come back. But yeah, that's precisely what he's saying. It's
I don't know at what point I got cut off, but go ahead.
You got cut off about the facts. Facts are non-debatable.
That guy was an idiot, man. I don't know what I thought. It was like I hadn't been on this podcast for a while. And then I was like, oh, maybe there's somebody that could actually go with one-on-one with Precise. It'd be pretty interesting to see. Yeah, he's just talking out of his ass, man. I don't know what the fuck he was talking about.
Yeah.
I don't know.
People told me he was smart and like, you know, he could do a good job and all that. Because, like, I don't want to debate Hamed because he doesn't fucking understand anything. It's useless. See, he's gonna debate me to prove to him that Pacquiao beat Mayweather. Now, how do you do that?
Yeah, exactly. So here's the thing. This is why I want to change the. Well, I mean. Yes, we call it debate, but it's not really a debate. It's like I said, it's like you present your opinions, and then we have a discussion about it, and then people in the chat they decide for themselves which opinion is better for them. But that's pretty much all we can do. I mean, we cannot reach a conclusion like with facts or anything like that because
of course you can bring facts into a thing. It's like if I said Tyson Fury beat Vladimir Klitschko in Germany, that's a fact. So
yeah, it's not debatable, but it's not debatable.
Exactly. So you know you can use facts. It's just when you're comparing a fighter that's in the 154 division or moved up to 160 to a guy that's 118 pounds, then it's opinion.
Listen, guys, it's not like sorry, Precise. I'm just gonna say that it's not like we cannot have. It's like we cannot have a debate over here. It's just that the last guy, the ring IQ guy, he reminded me of a straight up politician guy who uses elaborate words and has nothing of substance to say. That's the vibe that I got from him.
He reminds me of Eric Dyson.
Yeah, the way you could. You still wouldn't end up debating someone's opinion, but the way you could debate someone and try to debunk them is by showing that there's no logic in their opinion, which is what he accused me of, right? He said I was inconsistent. So let's say, and this happened with Hamed and obviously Low Place a lot of times, because he would set a certain standard, but then when it came to another fighter, he would completely flip that standard upside down. Now, I'd be completely willing to debate somebody on those grounds and try to expose fallacies in our respective, you know, thinking. But I think it's the moderator's job to pick up on it and say, whoa, 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 wait a minute. You were.
Oh, wait, sorry to cut you off. Sorry to cut you off. There's a knockdown.
From who?
So, but there's a knockdown. In the
all right.
Cool.
I don't know these two guys, but there's a knockdown.
All right, well, you good, bro. Like, what do we get?
I'm serious. I didn't know that. It was a good fight. It was a good fight. It was a good fight.
If it's not the traffic, if it's not the traffic in the background, it's Boxing Style just screaming whatever comes out in his head. At the first.
Short attention span. But like Stu, you were saying,
I have not AD. I have not AD.
In the comment section, you were saying that I should have just pulled up McDonald's boxing record, but I didn't want to talk about that. I don't. You know, it's like me saying, "Yo, Stu, why don't you debate the virtue of Sharia law and why England should adopt them?" Right? You'd be like, "What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah. No,
why would I do that?"
Well, they should. So, bro, my point was he was saying that McDonald was a better win than Varnes Martirosyan. But my point was, a lot of these casual fans will see McDonald's as a champion, like the commentators will tell them that he's a champion and he's been unbeaten for 22. But when you look at Varnes Martirosyan's record, he's fought Erislandy Lara twice, got a draw. He's gone close with Charlo. Do you know, he's got some.
Yeah, I agree completely. Like, you know this, I know this. Every honest boxing fan knows this. But how do you convince somebody who's dishonest? Like, how do you make them agree? You can't do that because he'll just disagree with everything you have to say, and you're just gonna like go on in circles like a bunch of dummies. So I didn't see a point in doing that. You know what I mean? Like, look, he was saying McDonald.
He arguably beat Andrade as well. Do you know what I mean? So he's only ever been stopped once.
I know this. Bro, I know this. But like, look, this guy was saying that McDonald was not trained. Like, is he intellectually honest? And if not, what's the point of debating someone who's a liar, basically? We all know McDonald was... Now, it might not be a fact technically, but we could basically all agree that the guy was drained. Because if anybody was drained, it's 32 pounds to make 120, 118. So if anyone was ever trained in boxing, it was that guy. But he said he wasn't. So, like, how do you debate someone a liar?
All right, so was that?
I was just to say, McDonald. When I saw McDonald walking into the ring, I saw a man that had no confidence, who looked sick, weight drained, and I just didn't fancy him at all. I mean, I was expecting him to go a bit further than one round. Let's be real. It was a pathetic performance. Let's be real. I don't care if he's weight drained. It was a pathetic performance. So I know Varnes got blasted out there, but Varnes went to the middleweight division to fight a monster. You know, I know Inui's a monster, but Inui was a small guy coming up. Do you know what I mean? So there's a difference there. I don't know how they could compare the two.
You know what? Go ahead, man.
I don't have ADD, but that was Dashidiff, whatever his fucking name is, who knocked out whoever it was. Anyhow, what Precise?
Oh my god!
What Precise has to say, what Precise was saying about the guy that IQ was talking about skill level, not about how that what's his name McDonald. McDonald fighting Inoue when Inoue was moving up, and no, it was all about the skill. What's his name? Varnes had skill level was greater than what McDonald had. And
no, you're saying that because you're a median, man.
The problem was he never watched my video. It's something he never watched. Yeah. So it was just an intellectually dishonest troll. Why do I have to repeat what I did in my video when you already responded to it?
And a poor tactic. That was a poor tactic. If you're gonna debate somebody, you have to see the video, so that way you can point out if there's any inconsistencies. All he kept saying was inconsistency. It was inconsistent. It was inconsistent. Okay, you got to give me examples of that. You can't just throw the word out because you think it sounds nice. You got to like actually show.
I think he said he watched like 3 minutes of it, but I mean, how long was that video? Like,
right. That's what I'm.
You can't cherry pick what you want. You can't cherry pick the first 3 minutes.
Yeah. I'm surprised Precise is even here, because if you went to his fucking video and saw the comment section, you'd think Precise was in the body bag. You know.
Oh God, yeah.
Oh yeah. That's
absolutely. You should have seen. You should see the comments on that last debate. I mean, his whole fucking fanboys are just like, oh man, precise puncher is fucking shelling up. It's like, no, he's just not.
They come from the same, you know, that how can I say this? They come from this, you know, oh, he threw one punch and he ran, and therefore he won. He has three.
No. He took a wild swing at me. I sidestepped him, and he fell on his face.
Right.
That's what happened.
And because you didn't swing back at him, and you laughing at him, maybe. Oh, he lost. You know.
But look, if you're accusing somebody of something, the burden of proof is on you. It's like rules. If you take someone to court, you say, you know, they robbed you, you're gonna have to prove that they robbed you. I'm not gonna have to prove that I didn't rob you. You're accusing me, so this was just simple fucking logic. Yeah. That's what I was at. And
I'd have liked to see you go for the KO though. It was a bit of a you know, pop shot points victory by Precise. I'd like to see him and get him out of there, but it wasn't.
But as soon as I realized that he didn't watch my video, I was just like, okay, this dude is just a fucking emotional troll.
You didn't want to go in hard on him after that. You were just like,
I thought it was an emotional vendetta thing because you made a video argument. I don't know. You made a video about him, I think, a long time ago, and it seems like he was still angry about that shit. It happened like fucking years ago. So he didn't even watch your video. He read the title. He went like, "Oh my god, this is stupid. This is crazy. I'm gonna fucking make a video criticizing Precise." When he didn't watch the fucking video.
Well, listen. At the end of the day,
he goes and says that. Yeah, he goes and says, "Oh well, Precise made a video about me," but then he went and made one about me as well. He mentioned me.
I don't know why he is.
Look, at the end of the day, I don't understand.
Anybody would have beaten him. In here, anybody in a debate would have beaten him.
But that's the point.
Yeah. At the end of the day, anybody would have beaten him.
Well, that brings up the
contest.
That brings up the point. That brings up the point.
Like I said, Broner has like a four belts. Division champion. Robert Guerrero is a 4-division champion. Guerrero is a division champion. What is this shit?
Just look at Inui's record, right? He's got some guys in there, like recently as well, 16-5 or something like that. You know, some terrible records, right? He avoided a real dangerous division with Rung Vasai, Chocolatito, fucking Cao Yafai, you know, and more. Do you know what I mean? Quadros. Who else is the other one? Who Rung Vasai's just beat?
All right, but listen. Hold on. Sorry to cut you off.
He totally avoided that division. Goes up to bantamweight and fights the worst champion in the division, and that's what I would have come out with. I would have just said, I would have looked at his resume, seen some of these bums he's fought. Yeah,
he wasn't a champion, bro. He wasn't even a champion. He just had he had the same title that Jeff Horn had when he fought Pacquiao, and that's just the truth. He had the same title.
We gotta go soon, so I just want to reiterate something that because we got sidetracked a little bit here. Again, people are asking us for debates. Apparently, we're hearing that through the grapevine that Hamed wants to debate Stu. Now, here's the question. But here's the question. Excuse me. Exactly.
Let me moderate. Please let me moderate.
Okay, but hold on. But hold on. Excuse me. Just a question. Like Bucho. But hold on. Please. Let me just say something. We got to establish some ground rules here. We got to establish. Yeah, that's the thing. People can't hear me, man. People can't fucking hear me. That's the problem.
You know,
300 people
don't
watching
go on
right
the BDA.
now. Yeah,
you know, they'll ambush you. Precise with shouting.
Bucho, I think people are having a hard time hearing me, man. That's the fucking problem.
Then he texts me and says, "Oh, I want to debate you." On the
can people hear me, by the way? I don't think people can hear me. Can anybody hear me? Please. Listen. It's fucking. I don't understand what's going on with my sound here, but no, Bucho, you're supposed to be my backup here. You're supposed. If nobody can hear me, you're supposed to come in.
Yeah, I didn't talk. I heard him very low. Yeah.
All right, so now people are dropping off. Jeez. All right, hold on.
Everybody, shut up. BDA is talking.
I'll resume what I was trying to say when people come back because people in the chat room can hear me, but in the hangout my sound sucks for some reason. So it's something we got to work on. All right. So Hamed, like Bucho said, Hamed wants to come in. Apparently, he's the one that wants to come in to debate. But debate what? That's the point. We can't have another Ring IQ boxing talk versus Precise thing.
I spoke to him. He wants to he wants to carry on the debate from IQ and Precise. about the Nui thing, and because that's his newfound hero, Nui. And I was gonna, I'm in. Well, precisely, just gonna, we're like the fucking Legion of Doom. Do you know what I mean? We're just
I'll moderate and I'll be fair. It's just when. And then maybe you and BDA and Bucho could override me if you think I'm being bogus. You know what I mean?
And let's be real, we don't need long.
Right,
we only need 4.
That's fair enough.
It's only going to take 40 minutes to destroy his argument. It's going to be an easy work. It's going to be a bit like Tyson Fury tonight. Just get a bit of ring rust off. Get a few rounds in. One of them ones.
But I gotta tell you, even then, I'm ambivalent. I'm ambivalent about letting. I'm ambivalent about letting him back in. I mean, the guy's a two-faced prick. He's the one that was sabotaging the show from when he didn't get his way, because he wanted Precise out, just like he wanted Low Place out, and he wanted somebody else out. When he can't shaft somebody and he doesn't have his way, he turns nasty, and then he tries to be two-faced about it. So I like Bush is saying, well, let's have him back and debate. That's gonna be good for the people, good entertainment. But look, Bucho, if you want him in for that debate, fine. You're half of the BDA thing.
If Stu wants to debate him, then why not?
But I think it'll be funny.
But does Hamed just want to come here to bash Precise?
It will generate a lot of views.
Hey, wait, guys. Is Jeff on the next fight?
I've spoken to Hamed. He reckons he's going to keep it boxing. That's what he said to me.
Guys, is Jeff on the next fight? Jeff on?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh shit! Already at 10.
Wow. No, it's not. No, it's not on now.
Is it the next one?
Another hour. It's another hour, bro. At least.
Shit, I want to finish up here. Fuck.
Well, Jeff on. What the fuck you doing?
Yeah. I'm at work. That's what I was gonna ask, man.
Yeah.
No, I swear to God, I'm at work. You want to hear the elevator? You want to hear it? So
you're jerking off in the elevator. We already know what's going on.
Yeah, overhand says Pedraza is gonna be fighting Jose Pedraza, so there's still that fight.
Pedraza.
What did I say?
La Raza.
No, I didn't say La Raza. I said Pedraza.
I said Pedraza's still alive. It's good to see.
Oh yeah. He's still around.
Isn't Pedraza the 140 pounder?
The guy that lost the Tank.
Oh, no, he lost the Tank. Tank. Tank
took his title. Yeah, that was Tank's first title, I think.
My God, all these people in the chat room that think we're showing the fight, guys, we're not showing the fight. It says on the title of the video here, podcast. It's a podcast. Please do me a favor here.
If you can find a free stream on YouTube that I can watch the fight on, and pass it on here, because you're not going to find one. YouTube don't allow that to happen. So
no.
What do they think? I mean,
YouTube got some really
shit over here. Come on.
YouTube got some real strict rules now, man. They fucking take your videos down.
I'm gonna send them a
from years ago. Many years ago.
I'm gonna send them a gay porn link right about now.
YouTube is a cesspool.
And by the way, Bucho, we got fucking what's his name? Hold on. Lil Dominic wants to fucking debate you, man.
Lil Dominic?
Yeah.
Dominic.
Is that the guy with the
MILF? Yeah, with the MILF.
Yeah, confirmed MILF. If I get the MILF after I win, yeah, sure.
With or without her consent, right?
Was she's fat?
Comment. No comment.
Was she's fat? Bucho, was she fat?
Nah, she's not fat. She's fine. She sent me a picture.
I picture concerned MILF somewhere around her late 30s, still sexy, brunette, kind of big boobs. Is that how she look? You think, BDA?
She sent me a picture.
Petite, yeah, look.
Hell no! I picture her fat with stretch marks all over.
Oh, come on!
Damn,
you just hate women, bro. You just straight up hate women.
It seems like Hey, apology. Do you find name me a woman that you find sexy, like an actress or something, a singer?
Caitlyn Bruce Jenner.
Oh, come on.
Well, there you go.
No, seriously, bro. Come on.
Come on, man. There's got to be somebody you like out there. There's someone.
Oh my God! I think he's being serious, man.
You're gay, man.
No, apology's too big to be gay.
No, but see how I know he's lying because he asked what's his name, the guy from the MGTOW guy. He asked him, how do you control?
I'm too MGTOW to be gay.
What's the question?
Apology. Who do you find out there, like an actress, a singer that's attractive? You know, that you find attractive?
Probably Beyonce.
Really?
That's a dude, man.
Yeah.
But I mean, like when she was younger or now?
I was thinking of that tennis player.
When she was younger, now she's older, but she's still alright.
Serena Williams.
Serena Williams. That's what I was thinking of for apology right there.
Oh yeah.
Jackie Stallone.
I don't know who that is. Is that the guy from the piano? What's it called? The movie there with Forrest Whitaker, where at the end it's actually a guy. Fuck, what was it called? The piano game.
Shit, I got a thing for them red bone girls, yeah.
All right, now wait a minute. What's going on here?
Yo, Bucho.
Yeah.
If we're gonna get Stu and Hamed on, I don't think it should be battle of Britain. I think it should be battle for Britain.
Yeah.
Oh my. Don't let me. Don't bring that in. Don't get me patriotic on his ass, man, because it will be.
Jihad.
I have got a water bottle. He's going to tell me everything.
Anglo-Saxon versus immigrants.
Damn.
Did you guys read the story about the female fashion CEO?
Her Majesty Courts versus Sharia law, innit?
Did you guys read the story of the female CEO? She works for the fashion apparel company or something, and she was in the metro, or not the subway over at in England, and a Middle Eastern guy or Asian guy, I don't know, like Pakistani maybe or something. He came in and started kicking her, harassing her, and everybody just moved away and didn't help her. And then you know what she did? She said, I don't blame the guy because I think he was mentally unwell. I blame, she said, the middle class white people that didn't help me when I needed help. So she's not blaming the guy who attacked her, the 6 foot tall guy who wasn't from England. She blamed the white guy. So there you go.
Yeah, well, let's put it this way: that there's a lot of people in this that wouldn't happen. I mean, obviously they're cooks. It's probably in London where all the fucking lefty cooks live, isn't it? No backbone, no fucking honour, not an alpha male gene in them. So no wonder they backed down. But if they'd have done it around my area, he'd have lost his teeth.
So you're saying you would have helped her?
What?
Hey, wait a minute.
If I'm in the shop. If I'm in the shop.
Stu, are you a dentist?
Oh man.
So funny. That was so
hang on a minute while I just put my rib back in, innit?
Hey, give him a break, man. It's PTSD. Come on now.
Come on.
Hey.
Doris saw the tumbleweed as well.
No, but you know something? I've seen guys on the train. I've seen like in New York. I've seen guys on the train.
I'm pretty sure.
You know that they're crazy. They're crazy and shit, and they'll start harassing a girl, and every guy won't sit like in shock, like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. And I'm like, he's crazy. What you got to do is say, hey, chill out. And you watch. He'll just walk away. He'll be like,
no, but yeah. I do understand it because it can be a headache. You know, you're getting into a bit of hassle that's got nothing to do with you. That guy could have a knife on him, right?
Yeah,
or you could spark him out. He bangs his head. He's in a coma. Next minute, you're doing 4 or 5 years in prison for trying to help someone out. So this is the risk you have to take. So I understand why a lot of people just fucking think, fuck it, never doing me. So you know, but
bullshit. That's fucking bullshit.
Dude, I beat up a guy on the train, and his girlfriend jumped in. He was beating her.
It doesn't matter, man.
Yeah, it's just crazy people. You're right.
Yeah, you know, let's get real in it, yeah?
All I said was just chill out, man. Stop touching her like that. Forget it.
That's different, man.
Listen, let's get real in it. the white heterosexual male is the most underprivileged.
Please don't.
Is the most. Listen, mate. The heterosexual male is the most underprivileged group of people in this fucking society. Yeah, and in Britain is fucking cocked. Yeah, I spoke the fucking word. So go ahead, Stu.
Is that another split? Is that another split personality?
There's no way. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about, but there's no way I see a woman getting her ass beat in front of me, and I'm gonna let that shit slide, man. You gotta be a total bitch. I don't care if she jumps on me.
Listen,
I see that shit. I'm not gonna feel good the next day.
Listen to Captain Save a Hub over here, Charles.
I'm the legit shit.
I'll be like, that's your business.
All right, guys.
By the way, Pavel, Dick Van Dyke wants his English accent back, Charlie.
That was another one of.
And then I heard you.
How can you, like, the next day, how are you gonna feel, man? Are you gonna feel like shit? Like, what the fuck?
I feel great. I'll be like, nah, man, I didn't get myself killed.
Dude, I can't take that shit, man. It's happened to me a couple times, and I 2 times from what I remember, and both times no problems with the girl. Whatever afterwards she said or nothing. She didn't say shit to me. She actually thanked me. She called the cops afterwards.
And she fucked you too, or?
It happens, man.
No, that's not.
It's not. I can't feel good afterwards, man. I'm gonna feel like crap. That's my personality. Like, I can't see that. I mean, if the bitch has it coming, I'll let that shit slide. But I mean, if I see the total beatdown, I mean, if you open hand, it's like if you slap the shit out of it, it's all right. But if you beating on her shit, breaking the fuck out of her, no, I don't see that shit.
I mean, did it all have it coming?
AKA Clark Kent.
Yeah, saving the day.
All right, listen, guys.
I don't know, man. I'm balls deep.
We're running out of time.
I'm lucky.
We're running out of time.
What happens when you step in? What happens when you step in and then you give it the big one and then get knocked out? Then what?
I run.
Well, how are you going to run when you get knocked out?
Oh, when I get knocked out.
If you start on a guy,
I don't give a shit, man. I've ended up in fights that I lost. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, but so you're gonna risk getting your jaw broke for some chick, some
dude. At least I'll feel good. At least the next day I'll feel good about myself.
The funny thing about it, hey, when you're on the decks, you'll probably stick one in your face with a fucking high heel or something.
Dude, I don't give a shit. I never go into a fight thinking I'm gonna lose. I never go into the fight thinking I'm gonna lose. That's the mentality that you're supposed to have. If you talk about alpha males, I don't alpha male fucking shit. I don't this bullshit.
Boxing style. Have you ever lost a fight? Boxing style. Have you ever lost a fight so bad? Have you ever boxing style? Have you ever lost a fight so bad it made the Armenian genocide look like a walk in the park?
Man, okay, stop that shit, man.
I'm just asking. And by the way, since we're talking,
man, it's real. I got my ass beat, but I mean, I took it like a man.
All right, we believe you. We believe you. Now listen, we're running out of time here. So before we go on over to your predictions, because it's going to be last minute if you want to change them, I just want to remind you where people were talking about helping people. A man was going down from Jerusalem to Jericho when he was attacked by robbers. They stripped him of his clothes, beat him, and went away, leaving him half dead. A priest happened to be going down the same road, and when he saw the man, he passed by on the other side. So too did a Levite. But a Samaritan, as he traveled, came where the man was. And when he saw him, he took pity on him. Now, Jesus asks, which one of these 3 do you think was a neighbor to the man who fell into the hands of the robbers?
Oh my God.
The one who had mercy on him. That's right. The Good Samaritan. So the good lesson here from Christian BDA is always help your fellow man and have them do unto them as you would have them do unto you. That's what Christian BDA here is preaching. Now, enough about
Christian values is the least thing I expected from this podcast.
Who said that? Oh, okay. Just fucking you motherfuckers are not taking me serious at all. All right, listen. Last minute predictions. Last minute predictions. Let's go to okay. Cameron isn't here, so let's go with Bucho since he's I don't know what he's doing. Bucho, you want to change your prediction? Crawford by lackluster.
Same prediction. Crawford wins unanimous decision.
Alrighty. Recognize. You want to change your prediction?
I'm gonna say Crawford in the 10th, like I had in my original pick. Yep.
That's right. You had him by late controversial stoppage. All right. Who's next in the hangout here? All right. Precise. Do you want to change your position?
No, I'm going with Crawford decision, but there's going to be controversy in the fight. You know, refereeing, bad judging, something like that. But Crawford gets the win on the cards.
All right, so something fishy, he says. Stu, how about you?
What, the Crawford fight?
That's right.
I'm going to stick with my prediction. Terence Crawford.
Sounds like you're crying, man.
I'm tired, bro. I'm just yawning.
I thought you were crying.
Terence Crawford points decision.
All right, so Stu says Crawford points decision. That's what he said initially. Who's next? Who's next here? Pavel, you want to change your prediction?
Shit, no, my nigga Terence Crawford is gonna fucking fuck him up. That bucket.
Another split personality. All right.
That was the split.
Hold on. Let me say something. You know, my nigga Crawford.
All right, Jesus. Pavel wants us to get shut down, man.
Pavel broke.
He's gonna get it. Yeah,
go, boys.
Yeah.
This is Pavel's one of his personalities, the 23.
He's gonna get us shut down, man.
Kids, don't do drugs.
Yes.
Yeah, come on now. Come on. Don't say that.
To Frank.
Explore all the drugs you can.
All right. Who's next?
All things in moderation.
Listen, just because I'm black.
All right, jeez.
I'll go with the underdog, Jeff Horn.
Hold on a second. Hold on. Fight fan, you're next. Yeah, you're next. Go ahead.
You guys have
apology. Where you at?
Shut up! I want Fight Fan Phil to give his fucking prediction. Come on, we gotta go. Fight fan. Go ahead. Just talk over. Just talk over. Split personality guy. Pavel, you gotta shut the fuck up, man. Pavel, we get it. All right, Jesus. Pavel, please, Pavel. Jeez, that split personality. It's funny in the beginning, but after the 5th time, man, come on. Fight fan Phil. Prediction time. You want to change it?
Yeah, I'll put the. You guys have convinced me Jeff Horn's movement and his toughness. I'll push the TKO back to like 8th to 10th round. I think he'll last in there. I think it'll take Crawford time to get going. After.
All right.
Which you guys have convinced me that he might make it to the distance, but I still think Crawford's going to stop him due to the weight cut.
All right, and boxing style. Do you want to change your prediction?
I'll never change my opinion.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay.
Bullshit. The goat right there.
No. I'm gonna go with Jeff Horn just because I want to. It's gambling, man. Enjoy it. So Jeff Horn be like, oh yeah, I see what I tell you guys.
Oh my God. All right. Apology. You want to change your prediction?
Yeah. I'm going Crawford by a DQ win.
Okay, what the All right. Crawford by DQ.
Believe it or not, BDA.
You know what? That's a factor. Yeah, no, he's right.
No, but I'm just laughing at how drastic the change is.
But is it going to be dick punches, elbows to the headbutt?
All of the above.
All the above?
Yeah, all of them.
All right, so he's going to get disqualified for a dick punch, an elbow, a headbutt, and...
Horn says no mas.
All right. So as you can see there on the screen, it says it has begun. The events have started. There's also UFC tonight. Fucking Yoel Romero couldn't make the weight. I wonder why.
Nobody cares.
Excuse me. Can I take a second? Can I confirm my prediction? Sorry about that, guys. What happened before is just one of my prisoners got wild. I stand with my prediction. Crawford is gonna score a UD, whether it's legitimate or not. He's gonna pot shot around that guy, and that's basically it.
All right, there you go. So he sticks to his prediction, unanimous. But there's gonna be some shenanigans, you said, right? Shenanigans.
Yeah.
There you have it, people. All right, guys. I want to thank everybody that was in the hangout. Who was here? Yeah, we got Recognized, we had Precise, we had Stu, we had Pavel, we had Fight and Phil, Apology Man, Boxing Style, we had Cameron as well, we had Trap Media. Shout out. What's that?
See you guys.
All right, see you guys. Thanks again for being here. I want to thank everybody that was in the chat room as well. There's a shitload of new people that just think we're streaming the fight, so I don't know if I should. Sick Flip, Original Bruno, Flying No Access, Overhand, Apology Man, Michael Sharp, Shepherd of Sons, Rod T. Davies was also here, Brandon Whyte, Kyle was also here, Pop Tart Gun, 808, Eduard Burbello. You guys know who you are. Akuma's Deception. You guys make this show way too entertaining and sometimes a little too hectic. Gasta003 in the house as well. Fight Fan Phil was in the chat room as well. Ron Miller. So thanks again, guys, for joining us. Don't forget to check out our Patreon page. You can download this podcast over at Spreaker as well. So check us out over there. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one, folks. Take care.